Good evening, everyone. How do you find yourselves on this What For Me? Oh shit, I forgot to mute that. Like hell you wouldn't hear me over twice. Once is bad enough, twice? Hell no. Ha! Terrible. Alright folks. Here we are. And we are good to go with another edition of Ye Oldie. Now, I just realised I had the music going the entire time but never heard the double up of that with the headphones on, so maybe I just need to up that a wee bit. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Anyway, on to things. Things and cast and things. Games to watch, games to play. Hopefully some people turn up tonight because I'd really like to play some games. But I'm going to spot my apologies out in the first sentence for missing out on Friday. Basically, I was not terribly well, and I wasn't well because I had my second jab. That's right, I'm vaccinated. And I'm happy to be vaccinated, but it did knock me for a bit, and I wasn't in any kind of condition to do any kind of casting. So, again, sorry, but your personal health is important. If you're not vaccinated, why not? You should be. Go and do it. Vaccination is great, it's good. It's how we beat things like smallpox, polio and shit like that, so I can't think of any logical reason to not get vaccinated. There are a few people that have genuine concerns, like those who are immunocompromised, but honestly, get it done. It's absolutely worth it, and we're going to do a part to keep everybody going. Anyhow, that's enough of that shit. Well, I know what you guys want. You want to see goddamn streams. You want to see cast. You want to see people having to go to each other. You want to see the whole fighty. You want to see giant robots stomping their way towards each other and armies having to go blapping each other off the map, and you want to see guns, destruction, demolition. So, hey, why don't we get onto it? Anyhow, tonight, it's our first game of the night. Just gonna take a fairly straightforward one, nothing too fancy. I mean, we all know the map. If you played Forged Alliance and you don't know this map, then what rock have you been hiding under? How could you not know? Quintessential Spring Commander map, and it is Settings. Alrighty, just get our fiddly bits up here all organised. Ta-da! And we have Team 1 at the top here, Team 2 down the bottom, and does favour Team 1 just slightly. 89% quality rating, and you see all the highest rated players are on Team 1 at the top, but they do have the lowest rated player, and it's very even across the board. 1000 the lowest and 1200 the highest, only 200 between all the rankings. Anyway, let's see how they're going to do. And introductions are ahoy. I feel Team 1 up in the front position. It is CS Ghost Animation, and he's actually grabbed a mass extractor, which is not terribly typical. Normally you just see a factory and straight off walking. Anyway, he's on his way to the causeway in the middle. He's going to grab that mess. On the Navy beach position for Team 1, it is Odyssey. He's Cybran, he's got himself Combat Green. I forgot to mention Ghost Animation is Aeon and Lovely Blue. On the Rock Navy position, or Cliff Navy position, however you want to decide, it is Dark Wage, and he is Cybran as well. He's gone purple as first year, so he may be going for a drop quite quickly. And actually, we had an air factory over here, so it may be that Odyssey is going to make a play for the side island. We'll watch that in a moment. Up in the rear guard air position, though, it is Dr. Geometry, and he is UEF. He is white, and he is on the way. I'm guessing he hasn't played much in the way of settings because he's asking, is he supposed to rush T3 air? Interesting. So, newbie to settings. Interesting indeed. Anyway, Team 2. Here we go. On the front position, Max Nectar. And he is Cybran, he is red. Already got some Unus ones on their way to the front. Gonna collide with a mobile RD. It's actually gonna have a bad time against labs. It's gonna keep moving, and he's a dead man. Probably wanted to come and pop some engineers. Anyway, on the beach position, it is Mizzo, and he's actually right. So he's going to double up on the front, sending his comm over that way. We've seen this a couple of times actually. That the Navy Beach Commander has wandered up to mid just to help out, cause a bit of issues. But anyway, over on the rock side of things, it is Mr. Potatoes, and Mr. Potatoes has gone first land. So, and there's a scout there from Odyssey, so he's actually going to know what Potatoes is doing, and I imagine we're going to see a transport out pretty damn quickly to grab that side island. And finally, in the air position for team number 2, it is Surfer. He's Aeon, he's grey. He is on his way. Anyway, let's just double check my theory, and well, no, that's not a transport yet. Why ever not? Seems a bit of a surprise. I thought he would have a lot more going. I'm guessing he has massive power issues as he stored his way in. Well, I think he did, and now he's living off the reclaim. That's fine, and we see a couple of labs doing a bit of a run by already. Those ones in the mid have carried on their way, and they are now looking to be absolutely harassing. And that's not looking great for CS Ghost. So Ghosty's going to have some issues with the labs rolling on. Engineers are around, which could do a reclaim action, or even just spit out a couple of roars, and that'd be all she wrote. But yeah, just going to be annoying. Going to kill off a few engineers, and okay, counter labs coming out from there, not bad. A couple of roars around, they're going to help knock things out as well. And we're going to see bye bye labs, I imagine. Lab survives. Nope, doesn't. Never mind, take that back. A little bit of micro to try and keep these guys alive has kind of worked. Got labs sitting over here, just waiting. This guy gets away on a little bit of health, is rocking up towards the engineer, who unfortunately is stationary, but caught by an Aurora. Goodbye lab. So that NG survives, and there's the transport. So engineers are up, transport is being built. Do we have any air? Well, we do actually. So Mr. Potatoes actually gets the transport out quicker than Odyssey. Despite Odyssey building a air factory first, I'm guessing he must have been e-stalling hard. So I'm thinking he mucked up his initial build, and that is the end of that. Anyway, in the middle we see Ghost is grabbing what reclaim he can. There is an engineer helping him out, grabbing some more of that stuff. He is about to get two-teamed by Mizzo and Max Nectar. That's going to be a slight problem. He's going to have to watch out for that. His health could disappear rapidly, and he has precisely 0 support with him. Got a few units back here, but they're going to do nothing to a com. They'll just simply shrug it off. And maybe he's just focusing on the reclaim, and Mizzo's grabbing some of that reclaim as well, just joining in the fun. Bit of a ping going on there. Somebody noticed it. Yeah. That's okay. These labs, well, this lab has gotten through. Looks like it maybe did pick up an NG kill. Going for this guy. I wonder if it will actually reach. A few labs have come out from Dr. Geo. He's wanting to prevent that, but they're in the wrong place to stop this dying. See DNG, a bit late maybe. It's already built all the mixes, so no drums on there. Over here we see the drop has happened for Mr. Potatoes, but he isn't doing anything with it, and that's a danger because we have a transport with many more NGs and what he has on the ground coming over. Should that get down, get his production up first, it's going to be an island claim for Mr. Odyssey. And Mr. Potato is going to have a problem. In the middle, you can see that CS Ghost has, well, there are some units, and that's Mizzo in the region, putting out any kind of reinforcements. So I think Ghost is going to want to think about dipping into the water just to get away from this pressure. It is not great for him. But no, he's hanging around, he's doing some more work with the comms. He needs to be careful. However, up here we see, and indeed, I don't know if Potatoes is actually paying attention to his island because he's building anti-air when there's a factory right there. Oh no, he has slipped up to T1 PD, and what's the first thing that's going to come out? Well, it's going to be a lab, and if they can kill off the NGs before that gets built, that is going to be all she wrote. I think they're actually going to manage it. Is 1, 2, there we go. And that's the island belonging to Odyssey, so good work from him. He dropped later but with more build power, which helped out. In the mid we see Ghost is flirting with death. He is up against Cybran. He's got a comm, and he cannot afford to get caught here. I think he just needs to go into the water and just set up units upon units upon units to take care of this kind of thing. Cannot fight this at all. Alright, Mizzo's going to have to drop back. Aurora's outrange him. As long as they're clever with the placement, then he will be slowly tickled to death by these guys. And he's on his way. Alright, we see Ghost is well down into the red, but he has moved on. into the water grabbing gun upgrade, so he plans to upgrade and come back to a fight, and why not? Over here we can see that a bit of a quirk about Aeon turrets is when they build, they actually raise out of the ground. So what happens there is units shoot the turret that's under the ground and they can't actually hit it. There's one a bit further back which is managing to do it okay, but it's quite hilarious. Alright, the middle of that gun upgrade is on the way. Ghost, he's got an engineer coming to help him out. He's going to want to try and keep things going in the mid, but what he's going to want to do is just keep these guys back for the moment. Doesn't want to throw them away needlessly. It's all he's got to stop that, plus all of those. Don't ever want to do that, but Mizo's had his fun and he is walking towards his base now. He's got some of his own reclaim and he's good to go. This side island was picked up by Dark Rage, so he got there pretty quickly and he's got that held. He is absolutely fine. Up here we see the units, well, they have been caught. They moved just that little bit too close and they're getting lapoed by a commander. And was behind. I don't think Max knows just how little is in front of him, or he might be rolling up with this. He could easily move up to reclaim this part of the... However, the gun upgrade is completed for Ghost, and he's got the regen going, got a bit of assistance for repairs, which he desperately needs. 3,000 health is not much. Might as well go for the range upgrade, because hey, you got one gun, might as well get them both. Checking out here though, let's have a look at the Navy situation. So we have one factory out for Mr. Potatoes, and we have 0 factory out for Odyssey. So Odyssey, despite getting the advantage by claiming this island, is not actually into the Navy game, which could be a mistake. We see a broad range of scouts coming out from Dr. Geo. Interesting little spread, that will give you a good bit of information. Exactly what's going on. A speed and range upgrade for Max, getting the gun, making it more butty. Over here we see Ghost is stomping up with his commies. Brave as fuck, but oh, that's a problem. Max ain't going to be able to keep his comm there with the arty raining down upon him, and if Ghost can help thin out numbers with his comm, look at that, health just got dropped off Max. Arty did a huge amount of damage. He's about to finish the gun upgrade, which will help a huge deal, but he's lost half his health in doing it. A bunch of units as well. Bombers are coming in from Odyssey, so Odyssey's been planning to be absolutely annoying with these. And here they come, extra damage onto the comm, and that's actually going to help give the advantage to Ghost. Max is about to drop down as the red, and he's going to run like a little bitch. There are some inties and some... Oh, never mind, there's a banger, but oh my word, 700 health. He is way hurt. Is there enough to finish him off? No, I don't think there is. Units aren't close enough. Ghost has to fall back. He cannot afford to be caught in that explosion. He would die being sub 2,500 health. So unfortunately he could not push the issue, and Max is actually going to get away. Oh, so close. It's a matter of just moments. If it was a moment longer with killing off the arty that was shelling him, he'd be dead. Anyhow, I think he's going to be okay. He's fallen back. We've seen a couple of Navy factories out for Dark Raid. We've got 2 here and a T2 Navy upgrade on the way for Mizo, so that's going to be a problem. Down here we see we do have T2 lands for Max, and if he's got T2 land, he might as well drop his comm back. No point staying on the front anymore, especially when you are a sneeze away from dying, which he was, but he's regened up to 1300 health, so he'll survive a surprise push, but not a great deal of it. Range upgrade on the way for a Ghost. If only he had that before, but he didn't. He doesn't. Slept in the middle of the ocean. That's a lot of factories planned. Strange place to build them. Just gonna put this out there. Feels like a strange place. If they get discovered, they can get easily rushed by these. They got a bunch of subs, a couple of frigates. They wouldn't last very long. No supporting Navy. Here, that's not a bad idea. Get there, give it some support, and it can drop subs straight into there. We see, however, sonar, Mr. Potatoes... No, it doesn't reach. No idea any of that is there. That is a swarm units coming up from Ghost though. Remember, however, he is facing up against T2. We see we have a T2 Arty and Cerberus turret going up. T1 with a few T2 spattered in. Got a banger, a couple of rhinos, and one of each by the look of it. Got a banger, hoplite, Wagner, and a rhino. So getting the whole spread of down there. But here comes the push, and that Cerberus turret is going to be incredibly useful. Up and thin out numbers, however the commander is going to be a problem worth trying to stop. If they can knock out the radar, it's going to be bad times. Radar goes down, how much can he see? Well, can't see much. So that's going to be a bigger problem. Can't see the units he's shooting at, what can you do about it? However, Ghost has his own radar in place, he knows exactly what's going on, and he's going to have a great time of it. Trying to knock down, looks like he's going for max, perhaps, question mark? Nope, he is having to fall back. His commander can't stay up the front like that. If he can maybe take out this, he could hang around a wee bit longer, which he does not, so he has to fall back. Now this comm has been seen. You see the T2 Arty shells are landing over here, being absolutely annoying. Down into the red, he runs away, goes back into the water. No, he stays out. Bold move, but I don't know if it's the right one, because over here we have Navy. T2 Navy Exodus class destroyer from the Aeon rolling in, and that's going to be an issue. We have a T sonar. T2 factory up there for Darkwave, and grabbing some build power in the form of hives. I think they're close enough to assist that Navy factory with building units real quick fast, but that's a strat. So looks like Surf has gone straight for the strat, doesn't have any ASF, that's what he's gone for, and I think his choice of direction could not be worse. There are a few patrolling ASF here from geometry, and it is going to fly straight past them. Is it going to be a good pass or no? It's been spotted, they pick it up, and that's just going to get blapped out of the sky. Strat goes down, there's your free reclaim boys, 1600 mass, go and grab it. Not even a single bomb lost. Single bomb launched. Sorry. Words. Is it worth 800? I thought it was worth more than that. Aldizen. Set up, you prick. Honestly, I can't do it. I have to set ups from the floor, and it's a lot of bombers trying to reclaim the side island. I'll just leave it with that for the moment while I do these annoying setups that Mr. Aldizen redeemed. I'll be yelling from down on the floor. Taking my headset off. No space for this. Lots of bombers. Well, there were lots of bombers, but it seems like the AA is taking it all out. Oof. Okay. Back in my chair. Thanks for that. Nice and warm. Although they need to be warm. Anyhow, all these factories in play, and they're not producing anything? There we go. A frigate. More frigates. Okay, so that's a lot of build, but it has been scouted, and here comes Mr. Potatoes. So, yeah. This was just 100% a waste of mass. Every single one of these factories cost, what are we? 300 mass? And that's 7 factories, so 2,000 mass wasted. That's 2 T2 mixes. And they're just going to go down with no fire because there's no units that have in them. Why he didn't build them back here, I don't know. But, we mentioned that destroyer earlier. Here it is, and Ghost has managed to grab the shield on his comm, gets an overcharge out and knocks down a frigate, but he can't really hang around because these destroyers outrange him quite happily. Whew. And that's all his front gone. Off. Doesn't want to get caught by those, and have a lot of damage. He's got a bunch of units, so he's quite happy there. Is that a drop planned, or did they... No, I think... He'll be alright. Got some navy up here from Dark Rage, but not committing to try and stop that just yet. I think he feels like he wants to get a bit more before he does anything. But he's going to have to watch out because this is a lot of factories from Mizo. Not too sure why it wants to build so many, but there we go. That's a lot of factories. Anyway, up here we can see that yeah, factories be gone. Did manage to wipe out a couple of frigates, but against this overwhelming number it can do absolutely nothing. Yeah, later. Up here we see that more factories, more frigates, but curious decision, please. Getting up some power, and maybe we're going to see some torp bombers come out. Who knows? Up here though, we finally have a navy fight. A proper navy fight, I should say, and this should go better for... Well, actually, it could go either way at the moment. I'm thinking it's going to go the way of Mizo. He's got the more units, or there's now 2 destroyers versus 1 plus frigates, but it's going to be 1 versus 1 shortly plus frigates. And walking into range of a T2PD, there's no help your chances. And in fact, this Salem's going to survive as Mizo pulls the plug. He's going to lose both of his destroyers. This guy's going to get away on very little health, but can still shoot and can still cause damage. Alright. Reinforcements back here, got a destroyer and a cruiser. T2 radar thrown up, which can easily be upgraded to T3 because it is at the front. A couple of T2 PD just for shits and giggles, I guess. Whilst there's a whole band of units, and what you really want to see, maybe. It looks like Ghost was hoping to overcharge something. Got his commander sitting on the cliff, watching for the navy going by, but this is a problem. So many subs rolling in from Miss Potato, and there's really nothing to stop them. Got a commander in the water too. I don't think they could DPS him down to death. I'm pretty sure he could get out from the water if he tried. But either way, these guys are getting past, and they are going to start absolutely wrecking all these factories. See, I don't get the reason behind building so many factories when you aren't producing. Seems like a waste to me. Sonar? You can see what's there. Yes, no? Either way. Seems like a silly idea to me. T2 torpedo launcher, I think T1 might have been the better choice, but either way that should be enough to shoo off all of this stuff. Get a butt saber. How to add custom text when gifting subs? There's a way to do it. I thought you could just do it when you're actually for gifting subs. Actually, I'm not entirely certain. There we go. That T2 torpedo launcher is actually going to come in handy because it's behind all those factories, and it has the range to knock off these guys pretty quickly. Let's just have a check how much damage it does. Couple of torpedoes out, and that Sylph is just about dead. Com's going to get away, he'll be fine. And yeah, honestly, I've never gifted a sub, so I couldn't actually tell you how to add that. I know you can add it when you redeem other stuff, you know. I'm sure I had it enabled, but the method of being able to do so further is beyond me. Deponi, how we doing, my friend? Nice to see you. And just have a check on here, what's going on in the Navy. Well, that's a lot of build power on this thing. It is spitting out units like nobody's business. There are a bunch of hives here that look to be assisting the commander to T3, while the T2 factory is idle, and he's building frigates. Don't know if that was the best choice, but hey, that's what he's done. Odyssey has completed torpedo on his commander, so there's going to be a moving thing around here to be able to knock out all of these. I guess if you have that many factories, and most of them are dummy factories, you could just reclaim them. Speaking of reclaim, all of these are still sitting here. Yeah, I don't know what you're trying to do there, Artisan. LTG. I'm guessing it's a gift, but it didn't come through on my end. Sorry about that. I have no idea what it's supposed to be. Alright, checking out here though, in the mid we have a large number of units. That's a lot of units. And I think there's enough to roll over this position if he scouts that. Though speaking of scouts, those were friendly scouts. They're from Dr. Geo, so he knows exactly what's going on. We see a swarm as ASF. Is that a prelude to something? No, I don't see any strats. So it's just some ASF balling up, being a bit cautious, keeping things alive. Up here we see what is a great counter to floating units, frigates. And they're going to just bomb these things out, and some T1 bombs coming over as well. They could drop some bombs and help out. Having said that, there's a lot of Auroras, and we might see some of these frigates die actually, taking a lot of damage from these guys. Although now we have a destroyer, and that's going to say no more, and just promptly wreck these things. one-shot kills. Near spot. When it connects. Anyway, we've got some defending Auroras here from Ghost, so he's looking to help out. Don't think he really needs to. I think he just needs to worry about his own side of things. Let's Odyssey do his thing, because he has T2 Navy while his opponent does not, so he'll be absolutely fine for the time being, and he still owns the side island, so well in his hands. I think he's fine, and I think Ghost should pull these back and help himself on the front. We see a strat coming from Geometry, and it's completely ignored by the ASFs. Throws a bomb out, kills off T2 Mix. That's a good pick. Maybe grab another one down here somewhere. These are all T3 though. Can't kill those in one pass. He's going to go for something else. Oh, that would have been glorious. Kill all the NGs. That's right. He's looking for T2 Mixes, and he's got another one down here. Bombs away. So reasonable kill there, and maybe he's going to get a third. Indeed. Bombs ahoy, going to kill a third and an NG while he's at it. He's going to get taken out by a couple of ASF, but still, 17 kills has paid for itself. Good little bombing run. Yeah, good little bombing run. Bombing run. Words. Can I use them? Got some all these hover from CSGO, so basically useless because this is all subs. Reasonably pointless. More hover coming in, but honestly, with I think he might be the best faction. Okay, maybe second best faction to deal with hover, because the Seraphim would have the beams which just change between targets. But yeah, Salem, Sirens, they have great range, rapid fire, and they'll be able to deal with hover quite efficiently. Right, checking out in the mid those where things are at, we see Ghost is here quite happily chilling with his comm. Got himself the single shield, so he is quite tough. A couple of ranks in veterancy, he's not too unhealthy. Alright, checking out what the plans down here. Oh, it's a lot more air. So he's got the power, he's got the air factories, and he's working on it. How's the air grid up this way? Still just rocking the one. Not rebuilding? Oh, there we go. I was going to say, that could be right. But they've got another air grid up for Geometry, so he's going to keep things stable in the air, hopefully. And speaking of air, let's have it count numbers. Well, we have 19 ASF with Geometry, while Surfer rocks himself out with 19 as well. But Surfers are all in a group, whereas Geometries are dotted all over the place to help prevent strat bombs, I assume. Up here we can see, speaking of bombs, all of these mixes got killed, but I think they were just T1, so I don't know if it was effective. Yeah, definitely something T2 knocked those out. That's okay. Maybe it was a strat. So we've got a corpse over here. Interesting, but unsure. Right, another strat rolling on its way. Don't know what's going to go for. This would be a great target. Kill a whole bunch of these at once would be hilarious. As it is, I suspect we're going to see it swing to the south again and maybe have a go over here. We've got a T3 mass extractor there now. And that bomb's not going to do much, and then it'll fly over a SAM and most likely die. Bombing that would have been a better idea, but he's picked his target, and his target is, I don't know. This T3 mass extractor. Gets a bomb away, knocks out some stuff, but he's going to die quite horribly. Not really effective in my opinion. Killed the storage and the engineers, but the extractor loads, nah, not such a good call. Right, down here we see these factories have finally been scooped up by Mr. Potatoes, who still does not have the side island, although a destroyer coming in is going to cause some issues there. Hasn't really got anything to stop that. Sort of needs T2ID to do something, but this is all in for a very slow. Gradual death from Mr. Destroyer. Alright, down to the bottom pond, haven't really been talking about that much. We've got looks like a good little scrap going on in the middle. Mostly T1 from Mizzo. There's a Destroyer hanging back here. There's a good bunch of T2 in the mix for Dark Rage, so I think he should win that. But this factory back here is under pressure. That is only the support HQ. It's not a proper the actual HQ, which is back here and has popped out a battleship. So yep, I think Dark Rage is doing pretty good on that front. Do we have T3 down here? No, we don't. We still only have T2 for Mizzo. So that's, I think that's going to be going in the favour of Dark Rage, except Max has gotten in the Navy game, so it's going to be 2v1 of the Navy. He's just held in the middle here. He hasn't built too many units here, doesn't have much on the ground at all. And they know how little he has. Look at all this, I'd rush it. The Guncom, he's got a bunch of shields. Well, he doesn't have a bunch of shields anymore, he did. Has 5 shields with 1 hardy shell. That's not so good, but the amount of units he's got, the amount of defense on the ground is minimal. It's 1 point defense. Ha ha ha, 2 PD. Ha 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 ha. Because here comes the swarm. Throw even just a single strat into here to munt all of this stuff, and that will make life so much better. But up here we see T1 bombers are doing bad things to the hover, and it's hilarious. But they're going to run into some cruisers, I see. Yep, there's cruiser fire. And some ACFs overhead from Surfer, but they're going to get picked off by counter cruisers from good old Odyssey. So he's going to lose some ACF for the sake of taking out T1 bombers when there were cruisers in attendance. That could have taken care of that, but it's going to help him with the Navy because I think he needs it. Just for a moment, but here we go, they're pushing the middle, and Max decides to walk out with his comm to sake a day, which I think is a bad idea. And Cerberus turrets are saying fuck you to the ground. Oh dear, that is a lot of firepower being wasted. Not putting out damage, especially when all this is rocking right into your face. Oh dear. And you have a Guncom. Shielded Guncom bearing down on you. I think we're going to see the end of this little section. What have they got to stop it on the ground? Not much. Could bring some Navy over, that would help support over there. Not so much doing back there. Ooh. That's a nuke. So Surfer's going for a nuke. Why not? But in the meantime, the mid is collapsing. Right, Ghost is falling on back. No. Yes. No. Kind of stops. He's just about out of shields. Needs to be careful. There's still quite a bit of damage potential coming out of this. And I don't think he's quite going to break through. Just didn't quite have the numbers. I don't know if he didn't focus down on what he needed to, or if he was just unfortunately ran the wrong way. Bit of run by attempts over here, and we do have Ed. Alright, but I think that is the end of that push. It was a good attempt, knocked out so much stuff. Still, however, a couple of those. And now an ambassador flies overhead. You needed that earlier. And you need them in more than one. Grab a bunch, roll them all in, and if you had to come in with, like, say, 2, maybe even 3 strats, and just done a generic blanket bomb in this area, could have knocked out so much PD, could have done a lot of damage. And now Ghost back here, shield slowly regenerating. Got a few mobile shields with him, so he'll be okay. Navy, how's your Navy? Well, we have T3 here from Max, so he's really gone into the Navy. That's a support commander as well, so he's doing well eco-wise. Speaking of eco, having a look, Team 2 is actually quite well ahead. But 250 hit on eco, all up 950 to 1.2k. That's not looking so good for Team 1, and this isn't looking good for Team 1 either. More subs rolling on in, although the commander is in residence and he's going to start killing stuff. We do have some torp launchers back here and 3 sonars. 4 sonars? Those built by mistake. They have to have been built by mistake, right? Who knows? Anyway, Common Water has T2 and torpedoes, doesn't have stealth, so he's very much visible. If they decided to pick him off with... I wonder actually if there's enough subs to have a decent go at him, which they are now pouring in. That's going to be a problem. Any torpedo bombers to hasten the demise? Don't see any, and he is running for all he's worth. There's quite a bit of damage coming on in, and he needs to get a boogie on and get out of the water. We see strats. Oh heck, those are strats from Sulfur, and they are going to collect Ghost in the mid. So that is a strat snipe on Ghost after his recent push. His commander was on low health, and honestly, some people will say you'd be asking for that having to come up front at this time of the game. 27 minutes in, but that was still a kill. This full shield on settings seems to be the standard these days, and oof, Odyssey very low, and honestly I think he would have died had this lot not tuned up to help thin out the numbers. 2,000 health. Sub 2,000. Do we have torps? We do have torps. Got some skimmers coming on in from Mr. Potatoes. This could be bad. If Odyssey gets picked up by those guys, he's going to have a really bad time. Is there air? And speaking of air, looks like Potatoes is actually in the air game, and that's a lot going on. Is there enough to take these out? Will a few get killed before they drop their bombs quite critically? So it looks like Odyssey is going to survive. 2 torpedo bombers remain, but they're going to run into the air wing from Geometry, and yeah. Navy to the rescue on that front. I think they got in range just in time to pick off a few of those torp bombers before they could drop their load. Odyssey survives. And he's going to run like a little bitch, because he would. Up here we can see, well, as mentioned, there was a slow demise of this island over here. No engineers left. Well, there was a couple, but they're about to die from fire. One left, not for long. It's going to be a dead oblivion following it. That's right, he held that for so long. Hilarious, but in the water we see we have 4 battleships from Darkwage, so he's done good, but he is now up against 2 people in the water. 4 battleships against him plus a whole bunch of units. He does have his own in the mix as well, but it is not looking great for him. 2v1 is always a difficult thing to do, and there's another battleship about to roll off the line. Oh dear. More reinforcements coming from him though. He does have a couple of T3 naval factories up and at him, and as long as he can just keep things going, he will be alright, but I feel like Team 1 needs a kill to help distract. Up here we see navies rolling on up, and I'm going to say I don't see much to stop. Oh, there's this band over here, but I don't see much to stop this. I think this is a far superior force. We're going to see the hover get obliterated by, well, everything. We're going to see this navy get absolutely crushed. Subs are in residence to pick them off quite happily. And all this hover, very little on the ground. But there's a drop. Mr. Potato is going to grab the side island finally. We're going to grab all the reclaim as well, but he's left it there for so long. It's given Odyssey great eco. Alright, subs are moving on over, and we're going to see a very hapless Vesper get bullied to this doom. Dear oh dear. Deep Navy is lowering back here a little bit, and the frigates are here dealing with the spam, dealt with everything. And now the Barracudas are, I think they're targeting, prioritizing these destroyers. Biggest damage, but it's not looking great for Mr. Potatoes. And the South Pond, we can see it's not looking great for Dark. No. 7 battleships against his 6. I take that back, against his 5. 4 are coming off, but he's got issues, and I think he's going to need help in the form of anything. At 2v1, he's not really using, actually, all this eco is currently going over to Geometry, who's doing nothing with it. If I were him, honestly, I would probably give all this over to Dark, just so, uh-oh, we have a nuke. And there was a nuke from before we saw, and it's coming up here, and there's no SMD. So we are about to see the core of Odyssey's base get absolutely doomed from nuke. But yeah, if I was Geo, I would. I think about giving all this over to Dark, because he is 2v1 in the water. If he gets the extra eco, it could 100% help with that. He's got the build power. Doesn't have is the mass. Give him this. Compete in the water much better. As it is, Geometry needs to do something. But this nuke is going to land, and yeah, that's like closing the gate after the horses left, run halfway through town and out the other side. See you later, Explodey. Okay, give this over to Geometry. Give it over to him. He just lost 4 of his core mixes and a whole bunch of power. I think Odyssey is going to be struggling. Oh, he's floating power off his teammates. Okay, on the S front, not great because he has up exterior mixes. T3, and he's let Potatoes build up some navy. He used to have, I thought he had a much bigger force and that he could have brought it in to deny, but didn't happen. And I think that's a capture command, which is one of the most daffy ideas I can think of, because unless I'm mistaken, I suppose if they capture the mass storage they could do that as well. I just want to see. So they have to be ringed by your own storage. Same faction? I don't know. Maybe same faction, maybe not. But yeah, there we go. That's going to work, capturing the lot. So that's fine. Right, down here we can see problems still abound. This battleship is having a really bad time, taking far too much damage to the face. Going to go pop, and this one will go shortly afterwards. They're both down to the red, they're all yellow. There are 3 fresh battleships over here having a go, helping out, but there is now 1, 2, 3, 7 battleships against, well, soon to be 5, I think. He's going to go down. 1, 2, 3. It's the other forces as well are being a problem, because over here, and Surfer has built an experimental. He's decided on a donut, because why not? Get a donut and away you go, and we see that nuke is almost ready to go again. Hopefully these guys have learnt their lesson and have more. These are stress coming in. What are they bombing? One of the bombing guys. Poor hapless T2 units, that's really quite overkill. See T3, a torpedo bomb flying around, got a Solace in the mix, but that's a lot of anti-air, even though it's from frigates. Actually, there's a lot of anti-air, but a lot of it's missing, because frigates are notoriously bad aim. Cruisers are not. They will kill air quite happily all day, every day. And I don't think... Oh, it's a scout from geometry, that should be fine. Strat bombers are around trying to cause damage as well, but let's check for SMD. No SMD for Darkwage. So we have had a nuke launched. I take that back, the SMD's right there. And is loaded, so he'll be okay. We have SMD in here. Well, not really. There's just units being pushed out by geometry. I wouldn't bother. That looks like a bad turn. I don't know. I think there's a wipe. The Surfer, his units get caught out by a far larger force of ASFs, and they're getting absolutely obliterated out of the air. And they don't even have anywhere to run because there's a sweeping group behind them, and they're just fallen. There's a solid air win, and the Donut thinks, maybe I won't fly into that. Navy on the right, and this is not great. These units that have come around here and killed off all this build power are now sweeping into mid, and it is going to be a very rough day for Darkwage. All these units are going down. He is trying to get in with air gun, but there's ASFs in the region from Mizzo. There's cruisers in the region. They're not going to get a lot done, and this is now under threat, and I think, yep, he's evacuating his comm because goddamn he needs to run. If he gets caught there by all this, his comm is going to have a really bad time. However, we have a look in the other pond, and well, the reverse is happening. This Navy is walking all over Mr. Potatoes. Yes, he's got air, but air doesn't help too much when you have a bunch of cruisers, and of course these frigates with the extra anti-air. Darkwage says he's about to lose my lane because he thinks he's playing Dota. You're not. Fix your wording, and it is T3 air from Potatoes, but I think he's gone too heavy into the air game, and unfortunately that is going to make his Navy suffer because they are now in range of his HQ. Kill that off, and he won't be able to build any more T2 Navy, and you'll have a great time. Maybe not as much of a great time if you weren't Cybran, because you could slap in some cruisers with some TAC missiles and ream all of this for funsies. But up here we see that Donut comes in, and the Donut just dies. One pass from all the ASF of geometry, and it dies a horrible death, but it does fall down pancakes and obliterates 2 T3 naval factories. Oh, that is going to hurt. I mean, I think they were dead anyway. The amount of navy that's sitting around, and there goes the HQ. That is all she wrote, and that is going to be Dark out of the game. He's actually facing off against 3 people there. Yeah, the Navy from Max, the Navy from Mizzo, air from potatoes and even air from surface, so they were all ganging up on him at that particular point in time. That's rough, buddy. But good news, the other pond's won. This is definitely a hold for Odyssey, and he can now focus on whatever the heck he wants. Just cleans that out and keeps his guys patrolling around. Cruisers maybe. If he could maybe grab to a tech steal and use somebody else's, he could then start. Actually, they got. Nope, they don't have any other tech. They are basically. Well, he could grab an engine from Geometry actually. Get himself a T3 NG from him, pop up a factory and start belting out cruisers left, right and centre, and he could do a huge area denial of all of this. And of course cruisers are great at anti-air as well, so they would clean everything up quite happily. Alrighty, what is the plan? Well, still got that nuke. Has one in the clip ready to go. I don't see another experimental be built, so he knows that was a failure. Down here we have SMD for Mizzo. Well and good, and I swear I'm hearing tax. And the tax I'm thinking of are from submarines, like strategic submarines. Only the one for him. Oh, there it is. That's the one that's being noisy. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh very dear. That is a lot. A lot of nuke subs. Now he's absolutely stalling on power, and I'm not surprised because, oh my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 nuke subs. That's just evil. And if you've got no idea they are present and they load up a bunch of nukes in them, it's going to cause a lot of damage. And speaking of a lot of damage, that's a lot of torpedo bombers flying over, and I think they're going to get speaking of nukes, whose was that? Nope, that's the regular one from back here. And where's that going for? Well, it's going up here, and if that lands, it will probably take out the HQ, but a bit late. Navy is gone. No Navy left whatsoever for potatoes. He is trying to rebuild up here, but if that gets discovered, it won't take long to destroy with all of this. And in fact, I think they're on their way, so maybe it has been spotted. Yeah, it's been spotted. They're on the way. But that nuke is going to be an issue. It's going to destroy his eco over once again. But of course, down here is the extra problem. Battleships in the bay. And they're just having fun killing whenever they can get their grimy little guns on. Odyssey, stop nuking me, damn it. I mean, you're kind of the only target, because there's SMD there. And there's SMD... Well, there was SMD there, but really, Dark has nothing. He's got some mass, and he's building a crab? Yeah, alright. It's okay, I guess. But anyway, torpedo bombers are ahoy, and they're trying to kill the battleship. Not trying to, they will kill the battleship. There's going to be nothing left of that guy. And we're going to say good night, Galaxy. Click, click. However, that's just one Galaxy. There's still a swarm of units over here. There was a T2 factory finished for potatoes, but I don't think it's going to last too much longer with Navy in residence, and there are a lot of frigates. So they are trying to build a Vesper. I'm pretty sure it's T2 sub. It'll get completed, but then it's probably going to die because I'm sure I saw destroyers. There we go. But having said that, that's a bunch of frigates and a battleship here with some cruisers. So the Vesper's going to kill some things, I'm sure of it, but there's more than enough frigates to get the rest of the job done. Alright, other pond, how are we doing? Okay, I would be building torrents. Oh god, Mizzo's getting into the... Really? He's got 4 of his own. Oh my word, these guys are absolutely going for the nuke stacks. Max is... all the assistants, so he wants a whole bunch of nukes, and he's not stalling power, but he is stalling mass. horrible. They're talking about... Well, they're talking about the Paragon, which is almost done. Sorry, I say almost done. That is around just under 80%. 76, in fact, according to that guy. So that could be the game changer there. The problem is, are they aware of how many nukes they are going to face? Well, we've got 4 loaded into that guy. We got this one for massive assistance. Though, of course, if you're stalling power, stalling mass, it's not going to load. And you're stalling that much mass, it ain't going to load at all. Although apparently it is. Sting. That's the Paragon. Well, on its way. Do we have anything to counter that? Well, we have a Salvation, but that's a long way behind. So 25% done on Salvation and like over 80% done on the... We have a nuke loaded in there. We have a couple of nukes loaded in there, so it's going to be friggin' Armageddon with global warming. The amount of nukes these guys have planned is ridiculous. No nukes over here, just T3 air and a whole bunch of hover. The Navy 100% belongs to Dark Age, and I think these guys are just on patrol, making sure there's no secret factories floating around. And we see a Solace come out, trying to kill off this cruiser, which is 5 vet. 36 kills for that guy. Tough little fucker. Alright, first nuke out, and that is from the Liberator belonging to Max. And it's going to go up this way. Not going to get much done because this thing is loaded. And the Paragon is virtually done. Up go the hives. Geometry has built an experimental. That is the Paragon, but this is an issue. Ground units. So Mizzo decided to just spam a whole bunch of the ground and starting on the GC. Dear idea, but Darkwave finishes that crab he was working on ages ago just in time. It's going to be great for knocking these. I think a Spider Monkey Lord would have been better. That beam would just hoover these things up all day, every day. Got some Superstars trying to keep things under control, losing out some mass extractors, but hey, that's okay. Up here, what is next on the agenda? Well, Salvation. And have a look at the amount of build power on that. Have a look how fast it's going up. It's actually going to beat this one quite easily, but that's not their issue. Their issue is all of these. All of these, which, how many got loaded? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them are loaded with nukes, and we don't have any loaded over there. That is fine. But I'm sure these ones ain't far off either. And a torrent. Oh, it's going to be painful days. Some Cerberus turrets down here, they're just going to work on absolutely all of these, going to be picked off. And the crab's just going to have fun all day, every day. Could stop wandering down and kill off that and start killing off Navy perhaps, although it's going to take some damage from battleships. Ain't going to be great. Odyssey is asking for the mixes. He says, look, you've got a Paragon. Give me all your eco. You don't need it. Salvation is virtually done. Now, do they have a target? They do, but remember that nuclear Armageddon? Oh my word. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nukes in the air. First one gets shot down. And the next 3 are going to go. Yes. 2. How many has he got left in that? He's got 1 anti-nuke left, and there are 2 coming in. And another one for good measure. Because why not? And have they targeted well? Do they know it's there? No, they don't. They haven't even scouted. They got no idea that there's a Paragon and a Salvation there without any kind of anti-nuke. But the mid goes, and now they're going up here for Odyssey again. But where's this one gonna land? Oh, so close to being so close. I don't think they do know, because that didn't kill the Paragon. It killed the commander caught in by the nuke, but the Paragon is alive. Means they actually have half an outside chance. Salvation over here got well, it was getting wrecked. Still some more shells in the air floating down, but I don't think we're going to finish it off. Who launched 7 nukes? Well, everybody launched 7 nukes. Just saying. But this bottom pond was absolutely just oof. Dark Age has built another experimental. This time it's Monkey. Because that will help clean things up. How's that GC doing? Well, it's almost done. 87%. Certainly a good amount of build power. Those Crab's just been happily sitting here killing things bit by bit. 112 kills, but it's all been T1, so you see it has no ranks in veterancy. Would really benefit from a radar. All you need, a T1 radar. There we go, radar. Now we can see stuff and kill stuff. Oh dear. I think maybe he tried to walk up. And there's the GC done for Mizzo, so that's going to have a fun time against the Mega, but there's a Spider in residence as well, and another nuke. They know about this at this time? No, they still haven't scouted. But nuke the eco, because when you don't know there's a Paragon, that's what you do. And that's torrent fire coming in, isn't it? Yes it is. It's a lot of torrent, so oh my god, the nukes just don't stop. Where are they going for? My word, that's a lot of restorers. I mean, I guess if you're not going to win Navy, you might as well go for air, and then you can over here again kill off the HQ. Down here, so many torpedo bombers. Sky is thick with them, and just a roving band of gunships doing their thing. Gonna have a go with them with the ASF, but honestly, these guys are incredibly tough. Great anti-air. I don't know if there's enough to stop them all. Probably. Except the air wing here from the surface is going to come in, and they will survive quite happily. Good amounts of damage. GC's on the prowl, but the Mega has spotted it. It's lobbing at some shells, but it's not chasing. Needed to chase. Although we have some Brawlers coming in, it shouldn't be too long for this world. Max says it's fucking late here in Germany. I've got no time. What this game was played locally. But some KG air going on. Of course, anything caught within range of these dies anyway, and that's the end of the air wing. Units coming up middle, more nukes, and Odyssey is sitting there, not moving. Well, they knew where he was. They still had no idea the Paragon was there. Oh wait, now they do. They finally scouted it. Oh my word. Took them long enough. And just nukes, nukes, nukes. And just outright ignoring this Navy over here, because why wouldn't you? You've got all these nukes available to you, just launch all of those. Strategic launch detected. It just doesn't stop. Obviously, these guys are not concerned about global warming in the slightest. GC has turned us back. He's like, sad sack. And Odyssey gets away from one nuke. In fact, I think he's managed to dodge all 3 of these. Boom. Boom. Is he going to get away from the 3rd? Yes, he is. So he's out of range of all of those. He survives. Gets away from all of those nukes, which were directly targeted on him, so that's hilarious. Max is annoyed at missing, but this one looks like it's a good shout for a connection. Down she goes, and down goes Odyssey. So now it is just Dark Age. Well, he will have the eco because it's full share, so the Paragon will go over to him, and as long as he has got enough build power, he could get that finished real quick smart. I don't know if he does. But well, it's going up pretty quickly. And if you can teleport out of there, it would be hilarious. He could maybe get a kill on somebody. There's nobody over here. I think he's in the water. If he knew... Oh no, there's some tele defense up there, but where's his comm? Surfer's up here. Actually, he could get Surfer if he knew where he was and if he got the teleport up, but I don't think he's going to, because that's a nuke. And that is going to land just in the right spot. G'day, Bam GM. There's a Rampage, and you've just joined the Nuke Fest. Ah, it's gonna catch him. How rude. How rude. How we doing, Bam? Yep. So many nukes. So many nukes. Let's just have a look what we ended up with. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 nuke subs for Mizzo. Another 6 nuke subs over here for Max. Max also built 1, 2, just the 2, I say just the 2 stationary launchers. And then there was another one back here from Surfer. So it was nuke obliteration. Dear oh dear. So many nukes. And that really was the undoing, even though they never got the Paragon. They kinda didn't need to, because all they needed to do was just nuke everything else. Absolutely everything else, and that was game. Good times. Okie dokie. But so many nukes, I just bleh. Oh nice. And that's kind of a special thing when you break that 1k mark, right? I don't know what it is, but just that 1k, you get over that and you're like, yes, I've made it. I've made it as an average player. Yeah, that's good. It's a good milestone. And then you can start joining all the 1k plus games. But that's our first game of the night, and oh my gosh, just so many nukes. And that's pretty much why I casted that one. Some good battles, winning each pond and things going on, and then just nuke. I lost count, honestly. So many nukes. But that aside. Oh yeah, so the unrounded, your true rating, not your rounded to nearest 100 rating. Yeah, no, that's still good. That's still good, mate. Congratulations. Well done. Anyway, keep the games going. Might as well roll them on through. And let's fire up the next one. We have another team game. G'day Boxer. Pro 2k win. Shut up. 2k win, I can fight against dummy accounts to artificially inflate my rating. Alright, but we have got our next game. It's another team game, and this is a 4 versus 4 going down on a random generated map. According to the scoreboard up here, this is actually Team 1 on the left and Team 2 on the right, so let's have a look and introduce all the players. Down here, first up, going for Team 1, the Butcher. Yellow Seraphim, he's opening first, landing between a couple of mixes for adjacency. Behind him we have Vice. Vice is Burgundy Cybran. He's opening first land as well. Third player for team number 1, it is Fong, the highest rated player in the game with 1400. And Vice was the lowest at 500, so they've tried to balance that one out. Haven't done too badly, though slight advantage to team 2 in the ratings. Anyway, Fong is Aeon, he's white, is his first land up. And finally for team number 1, we have Porcupine-apple. Not pork up pineapple, it is Porcupine-apple. He's UEF, he's blue, here's his land factory, and he's stomping his way off towards the Hydro. Now then, for team number 2, going first, we have Zapod. There's no H in that, so it's not Zaphod. He is not Zaphod Beaverux, he's a poor, shitty little imposter. Anyway, he's Zapod, he's green, he's Aeon. Behind him, we have Surfer again. I didn't even realize he was in this game until right this moment. I wasn't even looking at names when I was doing a quick watch through the... Yeah, it's not Zaphod. It ain't. He's a poor imitation. Anyway, it's Surfer again though. He's Aeon again. He's red this time. And that's because Grey was stolen down here by Carl Hoffman. He's got himself Seraphim. He's on his way. And finally, for team number 2, and to round out everybody else, it is Dragon Slayer. He's light blue, he's UEF, and between him and Surfer, with the higher rated players on team 2. Alright, random map, what do we have in the way of reclaim? Well, not much. Barely 8,000 across the entire map, so while there is some stuff up front, there's some extra rocks that aren't actually marked, so there's probably a bit more than what's shown on those, but not enough to really write home about, and not enough to urgently fight over. I kind of do. The name Zaphod X is vaguely familiar. Vaguely. Don't really remember him properly, but yeah. That's okay. We don't have him in this game, we've got Zapod. We'll call him Zap. He's Zap. Zapod. He overdosed on Zap. Don't know if you guys ever had a product called Zap in your country. In New Zealand we did, and it was basically flavoured milk. So you could overdose on Zap because, yeah, we'll just leave that at that. Alright, got a small raid here planned out from Fong, so he's wanting to send a couple of labs with a scout. He's going to see if he can pick up an engineer, but if they come over this way, they are going to run into a couple of commanders. They're going to have a really bad time. Mediocre Faf streamer, lovely. They live to play Planetary Annihilation. Such a good concept, but such shit execution. That's all I'm going to say about that. And that's the end of it. Great concept, shit execution, and I really think they just went far too ambitious with it. Far too ambitious. Anyway, back to the game. These guys have paused up. They are hoping an engineer will come to them. And well, an engineer might actually, because this guy is rolling on his way. The commander is going to grab the rock, so that will be safe, and that will be job done. Over there, down the bottom, let's have a look. We have a Selene, going to meet up with a Selene. Scout combat. Either one dodging should be mutual. There we go. Mutual KO. Ha 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 ha. I'm going to tell you, Bam, I found what a game I was so excited to cast. I saw it, I found it. It was a 4 versus 4 versus 4. That's right, 3 teams on a triangular map. It was glorious. It was pro level 4 versus 4 versus 4, and it was great. But no. Not Dark Heart. Dark Liver. Dark Heart isn't, you can't do the 4-person on each team, it's only 2 people. So somebody made a larger version of it called a Dark Liver, and yeah, it was a glorious game. The problem was it desynced probably halfway through, and it was so frustrating. I really wanted to cast it, but I couldn't. And here we have the classic cloaked Selene sitting on a mass extractor, blocking an engineer from building it. Really annoying. If you have a T1 ARDI, you can ground fire and kill it, but unless you have some ways to see it, like a commander can see that, you can block it off. But yeah, I was so annoyed. It was a great game, you know, full of back and forth. Action is death here, there, and everywhere. Navy's having to go at it, as you'd expect from pro level. But no, god damn desync. I hate the things. Up here we see a few units in retreat from Surfer. They can't really contend with the comm. They can tickle him a little bit from range, but that's about all they can do. We have a gun upgrade on the way for Fong. His commander is just standing around doing not a lot. Why not? He has got a good bit of build power in his base there, and for the moment things are relatively even. Barely any difference in the generated eco for the teams. It's all pretty even, maybe a touch more for team 2, but overall pretty good. We have a gun upgrade on the way for Surfer. Possibly not the best place to sit when there's Auroras in residence. They are just going to be able to, yeah, there we go. I was going to say, surely he realizes he's under attack, right? Yes, he does. And he finally moves, especially as more units are coming in. He has to drop back here, throw down a T1 PD, perhaps, although his commander does a U-turn. He's going to catch these guys out. Whoopsie. Still, that's a good amount of damage coming in. Decent amount of units. He does have to be careful, especially as Fong is just about done with the gun upgrade on his own guy. Alright, but those gun upgrade pause there. T2 there for Mr. Porcupine. Let's check out the bottom. Well, it is Butcher. No upgrade on his comm versus Dragon. No upgrade on his comm either, so it's going to be pure comm. Basic comm and basic comm action. Do we have overcharge for these guys? Dragon doesn't have it. Butcher doesn't have it, so no overcharge. And these guys are going to start talking to each other and saying, hi, how you doing? Don't stand still. The Zoes will drill the HP right out of your soul if you stand still. But looks like Dragon is trying to focus down on the units, letting the commander soak up the damage. It's going to keep his units alive, and keeps out then is going to put Dragon in a much better spot. He might be a bit lower on health, but if he has units while Butcher doesn't, Butcher will be in for a bad time. We have that fight in the middle, but it's not quite what we expected. That Fong is now grabbing the range upgrade on his comm, while Surfer is doing the same for him, but he doesn't have the speed upgrade. So that will be a bit of a hold. We have some defences here going up from Porcupine Apple. Righty-ho, down on the bottom is where it's all going on though. Got a nice little mass field here building up for Dragon to take advantage of. Both these comms are looking unhealthy. Down to 2/3 of their total health. And there's more units and more reinforcements pouring out for Dragon, so he's running a bit of an advantage right now, and Butcher needs to really think about running away and bringing in way more units than what he's got. Down to 5,500, Dragon's at 7,000. He could almost survive a explosion. In fact, 4,500 to 7. He could definitely survive a comm explosion now, but he has dropped out of range. So comm's no longer there, although he does catch up just now and starts putting down more damage. Have we seen? Still no overcharge for either player, but Butcher is in trouble, about to drop into the red. And Dragon's very healthy with units, so Butcher, I think we're going to have our first ejection here, down to 1,700. And no. Dragon drops back, doesn't want to overextend even though he was that close. Decides, maybe not. But standing the other ways, I think he wants to focus on just securing this mass field, because why wouldn't you? There are a bunch of units, and Butcher immediately gets to work on doing exactly that. So, small surprise, I thought perhaps he would push onto that and kill off Butcher, give his team a one-man advantage, but decides against it, and still the Celine sits here and blocks that mix from being constructed. That is hilarious. I thought a radar would make that show. Apparently not. It's alright. Down here we see an upgrader going on for Drat, so he's grabbing gun on his comm while Butcher is focusing on grabbing the reclaim to get more units out. As long as we keep the units at bay, this will give Dragon a huge advantage. And he does have some engineers up here which still haven't grabbed this rock, and could come down and grab the 2,000 reclaim sitting on his doorstep, which he cannot afford to give over to Butcher, letting him get better. Up here we see a push coming in from Mr. Zap, and it's going to be countered by Porcupine and his units over there. That is a gun comm, however. Bad time against all of this. Alright, Porcupine is right there with his comm. Got a bunch of triads down. He could afford to leave that position alone. And if Surfer tries to push up, well, he's going to find himself being introduced to triad fire. Here is Fong. There's his comm. There's Fong's comm. And he's got a gun comm as well. What's going on down here? Well, I think Butcher may have overextended. His units are running out, and he has a large force surrounding his comm. That's not looking so good. Down to 2,000, under 2,000 again, and his units are disappearing, whilst Dragon is quite happily sitting here doing nothing, just grabbing an upgrade because why not? 1,200, 1,100 health. I swear if he focuses him down, he'll die in a heartbeat. Gets a rank of veterancy just in the nick of time. Is it going to be enough to save him? Well, I don't think so. He's back down under 1,000 again, remember, not upgraded. 600, takes a round of artillery to the face, and I think we're going to see bye-bye Butcher. It's a goner, and Dragon finishes the gun upgrade on his comm, has ripped up quite nicely back to 10,000 health, and has all these units he can send in, and this mass field he can reclaim, which he is getting on Let's check up the top though. Remember, this was a Guncom, and yeah, Porcupine has relocated, throwing down some PD because he's gonna damn well need it. These units are trying to effect a bit of run by. If they can get past and swing back here, there's a good eco they can kill. Got some engineers, a few T2 mixers, and a factory that could all go down. In the meantime, we see Zapod is just chilling around, killing off units a little bit one by one. Gonna waltz into range of all these guys and some T2 point defense, so it doesn't want to hang around too long. And Guncom or no, he hasn't got one rank of veterancy, and that is a lot of units surrounding him. Does he have overcharge? Well, Zap does have the ability to overcharge, but wow. I think we might see a surprise exit. This was not expected. Yeah, I think he should be okay as long as he gets some reinforcements in. But having said that, I could be wrong. He is still shedding health, and there are still a fair number of units around him, down to 3,000. Are there enough to finish off this commander? I think I might have spoken too soon. Is he gonna go under 1,000? I think he's a goner. So Zap overextends just a wee bit too much. Just a tiny bit too much. Boom. So honors even with the team's 1 kill apiece. The same player on each side, incidentally. See, Fong can actually come up with this commander just to put on that extra pressure, just to take things out, but it is all safe now. Except these units, they had made good progress and they were going to make great progress. They're going to just do a heck of a lot of damage, but now they're sitting still and they're just going to die off slowly. Here. There we go, PD having fun with some units. Because why wouldn't you? 10 kills on that guy. He's had a great day. Having said that, here's a mobile ID over here. I'll ruin him. On the bottom side, we see T2. That's a Mongoose coming in from Dragon Slayer, whose comm is got a rank of veterancy and is looking very healthy. It's 1200 health. In the mid. Yep, units just chilling. Have got some mobile missile launchers which are going to cause issues, and it looks like Porcupine has some serious power problems. She does. He should be building T2 energy right now. I don't know where his attention is at. But, T2 power with your comm right now. Slap it down. Get your power issues sorted because you are wasting so much mass and people need radar. They need your radar to see things on for a moment and the units get spotted briefly. No idea of this massive force sitting here. Also, it doesn't help his triads. See, they can shoot further than they can see, and they really need that income. The shells from the Evensongs. There we go. He's finished power somewhere. No? Yes? Maybe somebody else finished power and he's now leeching off them. I would guess Fong. Most likely. Radar is up. Doesn't help with the Evensongs throwing their missiles in because they will just plink away and do the damage. Checking out though, down the bottom, more pushing. In comes Dragon Slayer with those units, those T2 Mongoose as well. Great shredders of T1 as long as they can stay at range and keep mobile. End old time, and this is all getting absolutely run over. More units and a commander in residence, so I don't think Weiss has enough to push off all of that. Back here, he's trying to get some power up of his own. Apparently he needs it. His commander is here, not upgraded, and a dangerous number of units approaching. Does he have overcharge? Well, yes he does. Hopefully he uses it because he's damn well going to need it. Just down here have wandered into range of this man. They're going to have a short fight off, but I predict it's going to go better for Dragon. He's got a Mongoose in the mix. He's got some RC in the mix, and they're dropping back to make use of that range. But, oh dear. This is all gone. Commander's trying to run away. You want to overcharge those Mongoose because those would be a great overcharge target. I don't see an overcharge. Is he not going to turn on? Not seeing overcharge. I will be doing it constantly. That was T2 air. So Weiss did have T2 air. in the factory. He's trying to build out Corsairs. I think maybe some gunships, Renegades would have been the way to go, although here's a banger. It's going to give that Corsair a very short time indeed. It's coming back from Fong, looking like they're maybe trying to help out, but this is a doomed base, I feel. Units are in. Power's about to go pop. Kills a few of his own units with it, and now we can focus on the HQs. Does wander his commander back down, and he's going to start just killing. Just slowly, standing there knocking things away one by one, because why wouldn't you? Been quiet. That's actually a T3 upgrade on the way for Surfer. I read this 80% done, but he has this to worry about. His commander is, well, he's got the chrono. He's got the chrono. Chrono dampener, Guncom. With sensors, so he knows exactly what's coming his way, but now this can all just take a break. Chrono. Every time he uses that, everything just takes a break. But he's only got the rent upgrade. I do wonder, are these mutually incompatible? No. He's chosen sensor over the rate of fire upgrade. I don't know if that's the right choice. Sensor is useful, of course, and Chrono is very useful as well, but he does need assistance, and in fact he does get it. In the form of his own units, moving up to cut off all of that. But let's see what's going on down here. Well, Dragon Slayer, he's been pushed back, his units are all dead, but so is the base belonging to Vice. It is mutilated, nothing left, and Dragon is pushing quite happily with his comm. He's got some shields around with him, he's got some flak loitering in the area as well, so even if air tries to take him out, he has got some defenses there. T2 units from Fong are trying their best, but against the commander and other T2 units, they're just not going to have a great time, unfortunately. Gun upgrade on the way for Vice, needs to do something, and that's probably all he can do. He's going to need to finish that. T2 on the ground for Fong, trying to help out, and a lot of it is up here. I'm surprised this base lives. Oh, there we go. There's a buzzkill. It's black. But how's that T3 air? Well, that T3 air is done. He's going to get scooped up. I imagine the T3 engine's going to come out, pop down a T3 PG in here, and then we're going to see some really bad times. Alright, Surfer's quite happy with his comm up this way. And he's got a good band of units for a defense. I think he'll be alright, especially as a lot of the attention is going to be down here with Dragon Slayer. 76 kills on that comm, 3-star vet. 15,500 hit points. Why not stop and throw down a factory? Then you can pop some engineers out and grab all of this reclaim. More units streaming in all the time. Gonna see the final death of that guy. Is the gun upgrade going? Well, it's getting there. And Fong has actually brought his commander down this way. He feels like he has to try and do something, and he kind of does. That'll help a good deal. He's going to have to be careful. Alright, these units are trying to be sneaky, trying to get around the top, but I don't think they're that sneaky. Oh. No, just edging the radar, but they're going to be spotted by Surfer. They will be all well and good from their point of view. Fong is almost moved up. Gun upgrade is done for Vice, so he's coming back down with his comm, going to join it in the battle. Even if he just builds, oh yeah, it's got E-storage. So he's got a good amount of power, he's got some E-storage, he can wander in with some overcharge. And he doesn't even have a factory to build engineers, so Fong is relieving him of his reclaim. Why not? Why not? Alright, units here being quite static, just keeping a hold of the mid. And see that Porcupine is having power issues again. Is that just because of his generic team issues, or is he just not building his own? He's not building his own. Yeah, he's not even building his own power. Ah, there we go. I take that back. He's building it back here. Sneaky little tanksters. Well, here we go. Fong is in trouble. Guncom, yes, but there's a lot of units coming in. Ah, here we go. Vice should help out though. If they can clear out the units around Dragon Slayer, he could be in for a bad time. Vice is walking straight on in because why wouldn't you? Although Fong is not looking healthy. Now Fong is cleaning out units. If he can kill off a few more, he can get himself a rank of veterancy and he will be good. Vice needs to move. Don't stand still. T1 RT, don't stand still. Move. Move. Ah, it hurts. Now they're trying to do some damage. Look at the regen on this guy. 5-star vet. Doing great for himself. In comes some more T2 units from Fong. Maybe they can help tip the balance, do some extra damage, and it might be working. Dragon is dropping down. Still 12,000 HP though, whereas Fong has half of that, and Vice is running away. No, Vice, you need to stay and help. Dear oh dear. So units are sweeping in for Vice. He's using what he has left to put a bit of pressure on. So Fong could actually get away. I think he needs to at this stage. He doesn't have the units and Dragon is quite chunky on 10,000 HP. Vice is walking back in as he should. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Spaghettio. That's Percy. So, yep. With Dragon Slayer tanking the damage, Percivals can come in and dish it out. That's never a good time. Do they know it's there? Well, no, they've got no idea. Don't even have radar. No idea. These guys radar. Oh, T2 here. There's some Spectres doing some work. I wonder if they're going to carry on and go through. There's some ASFs out. So Surfer has transitioned to ASFs. More Spectres on the way. Will we see a Strat Bomber at some point? I'm sure we will. So right now, the Fong vs Dragon Slayer show. Overcharge onto the shield and down it goes. And you've wandered into range of that. Not a good idea. So Dragon drops back as well. He doesn't want to stray too close. These guys are going to be a problem. Swiftwind out for the Killins. Percy's showing up. This is a bad time because there's no tech on the ground. We do have T3 air for Fong, so he's managed to wrangle that out at least. But HQ has just started to go T3. Have T back here. Well, no, we don't strat. I hear it. Where is it? Here it is. Oh dear. They're not too bad because it damaged a mass extractor. If I had to grab that one, that would have been brutal. Almost completed, would have been so much mass wasted, but it didn't. It's good, but down here, Fong is in trouble. Those Percivals have turned up and he knows that's a bad sign. Especially with that, chasing that Strat Bomber is out going for T3 power, and the ASF's coming from Surf to clean those, but the Strat goes down. Defending ASF and Fong doing a good job, but Fong now has issues of the gunship kind. Has got some flak and residence, but that's a lot of damage from the Alphas on those guys. Doesn't have shield, although that is just about recharged. Get under that, he'll survive a little bit longer, but he has a commander in his face having to go at him, and all those units and a Percival. Survives just that wee bit longer. Dragon falls back. He's got plenty of health. As in come more gunships. There is still flak in the region, and they're not going to last too long if they stay grouped together, but neither will Fong from their massive alpha hits. Down to 1200 health, but the Spectre goes down. He survives just that little bit longer. I hear a Strat. Another one going for the base. Impacts on T3 power. Not what you want to lose. And Fong throws out the GG. He kind of needed that. All three comms in residence. You might as well gang up on Dragon and see if you can kill him. Just push him. Charge on in and just say hi. Stop running away, all three of you. Run on in, see if you can kill him. Might as well. Having said that, there's a lot of units, but they will all die off when the first commander goes. Overcharge. Impacts on the shield. Strat gets the pick. And down goes Fong. These guys running away. No. If you're calling the GG, don't run away. You might as well run on in. Just run in. Go out in a blaze of glory, maybe. If all three of them had rushed, they could have killed off Dragon. At least with their combined death blooms, they could have done a good chunk of damage to him. But as it is, he's going to live, picking him off one by one slowly with the Percivals, tanking the health down. Pop goes the pineapple. And this leaves the solo Vice. Not for long. That's a Strat Bomber. And that's a transport. Percy's in range, pick him off, and down goes Vice. There we have it, folks. Bit of fun on there. Nice random game. Surfer being the original show, but I think Dragon was the absolute star on that front. Comes down here, manages to pick off Butcher, and then has free reign to push up. And just look at how far he'd gotten in. He'd pushed right up here, destroyed out the base, was forced back a little bit, but then managed to get back. That's gotta say, 127 kills with the com, 5-star vent. I would like to play some games, but that of course is dependent on everybody else turning up to play against. Evening Rice Fox, how are we doing? Nice to see you. Lovely times are having, and this just turned into a bunch of static nothing. Whole bunch of PD that never got used, shields just area denial, and then these units just sat there and did nothing either. Looks like it could have been interesting, but no. Up here. So well and good. So a victory here for Team 2, well done guys. Managed to win. Okay, we have our next game lined up. And this one was a little bit different. Still enjoyed it, still thought it was fun. My weekend was okay. Friday I was under the weather because I got my second jab for vaccination on Thursday. So yeah, I wasn't quite up to casting, streaming on Friday, so I do apologise for that. But I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm happy. Good times. So doesn't mean I can't catch COVID, doesn't mean I can't infect others if I do, doesn't mean I won't get sick, just reduces the chances greatly, which I am all for. So yeah. That's right, we're going to move on to our next game that we have lined up. And this is, well, you'll see. You'll see. Going back to another semi-classic map, and I think I need to sneeze. No, it's going away. All good. I hate sneezing. Sneezing is annoying. Yep. No, lucky. I had a few downward symptoms. The first jab was fine, for like this for most people. But this is Canis. Canis. I hope you'll know Canis, because it's a very popular map. It's played quite a bit. Anyway, we have Team 1 at the top here and Team 2 down at the bottom. But the jabs are good. There are a few reasons to not get the jab, and they're very legitimate medical reasons, but oh yeah, still had the sore arm, always will be. Anyway, I better get to introducing the players before they start doing bad things to each other. So up here, first off, for Team 1, we have a Psycho AD. He's pink, he's Aeon, he's having a good time. Beside him, it is Sock full of kids. Get what that means? Yeah, a sock full of kids. He's Aeon as well, and he's Cyan. Here behind him we have Meatwagon. He is Lime Green UEF. His teammate in front of him is Shemale. He is Aeon going Burgundy. Here we're looking at Alexander the Great. He is UEF, he's bright blue. Behind him is Nizar 89. That's going to be Niz or Nizar. Anyway, he's Aeon, he is orange, and finally in the mid spot here, it is Mr. Potatoes, and we saw him in our first settings game, so a couple of repeating characters tonight, but that's okay, we don't mind, it's the games we're interested in, not the players. Anyway, he's UEF and he is in brown. Now then, going for Team 2, first item over here, we have Bastel Cookie. Bastel, he's UEF, he is bright red. Beside him, lower down from the plateau, is Jackie Lowell. Jackie Lowell is Seraphim in pale pink. Over here, the first teammate on the ground section is Windhund 97. I think he was thinking about his next move, he wasn't doing anything. Anyway, he's Cybran, he is grey. Beside him on the front, it is Shadow Rear, yellow Seraphim stomping away towards the front. Yeah, I hear you, Altizen, and it is rough. It's a rough choice to make. In your situation, I wouldn't be certain what I'd want to do. But anyway, the Catinator is white Seraphim. He's walking up front. Beside him in Cybran, Hatchy light blue wandering away. And finally in the traditional air slot, it is Judo. Doka, 1972, couldn't call him judo. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say that, Rice Fox. There are people with, like, immunocompromised people. They need to be careful about getting jabs, because without that, they could fall sick and just have absolutely no way to fight it. So there are some people that have a legitimate risk for getting the getting vaccination. Now, this is the whole idea behind herd mentality. If everybody who can get vaccinated gets vaccinated, it helps protect those who can't. And this is what a lot of people aren't realizing, and I wish the human race was better at this kind of thing, and I wish everybody who could get vaccinated would, to help protect those who can't. But you've seen it, particularly in America, very loud, very stupid people. Not to say there aren't stupid people in Aussie and NZ, because there definitely are. There are people around doing... And bam, that is correct. That's exactly what it means. That is 100% exactly what it means. Sock full of kids. Sounds better though, doesn't it? It's a very... Oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not polite, a very interesting way to phrase it. Not ever gun upgrade going for Shemale, so he's going to have some fun. Being Aeon, he can be extra annoying with the floating over the water. Commander can dip in and out, pop up, kill something, pop back in. Have a great time. Looks like there might have been a bit of raiding going on. We see a mass extract that was started but not finished. So, curiously, maybe it was the engineer? Who knows? Either way, we have units visiting a commander over here, and that's going to go poorly for the units. As long as Hatchy just keeps on walking, no worries. Run away, boys, run away. You ain't beating that. You would, Boxer. It's not very nice of you, but... You say 30% with the vaccination, but how's your chances with getting COVID? Yes, got some upgrades going on. Still just a gun upgrade there. Anything else happening? Well, no, we've got Windhorn building. We have Jackie Lowell sitting in his base, building up more and more build power. Plenty of factories. Rushed by 3 comms and 2 armies. Wow. Yeah, you kind of want to have your teammates help out on that. And Shemale finishes the range upgrade and starts with the speed upgrade, so definitely going Guncom there. Shadow just trying to shoo away these guys. Has to be careful. Has to be careful. Rice Fox, you didn't know? Wow, yeah, yes. 100%. Us ANZ guys, we all jump into Discord, and it is the preferred fun. We have, like, 16 people in Discord all yelling at each other, split off into teams and have some times, but absolutely Discord there is... Did I not link it down below? My wordy I didn't. I'm going to have to update my details, because there's a Forged Alliance Discord, there's an ANZ Discord directly for this game itself, and yeah, I really should be linking that, because it's great. Down here we can see these guys having their fun a little bit too close to Shadow. Gun upgrade is 70% done for Shemale. He's going to go over. Oh yeah, no, there's a ANZ Discord we got. Yeah, Jesus, why am I so slack? Can I hit? Where's he gone? Alright, I know. Gotta be somewhere. I know there's an invite link somewhere, but I have to find it for you. But definitely an ANZ Discord that exists, as well as a FAF Discord for just the general community that done the one on the game. Over here, Alexander getting pushed a little bit from Jackie, but he should be okay. His comms there. He's got some units behind. He's got some T1 AA. That's going to be a trick. It's not going to help much against ground units, but it's going to be okay. Right here, hi. Down here though, we have A2 versus 1, so Sock is stubbornly clinging to this T2 upgrade. He is 65% done, but he's getting shelled by T1 Artie. He has to try and get a stop to that before his health disappears. If he can kill these off, he might be okay. He's going to be low on health, and Catenator could actually push if Judo has to fall back to try and help push the Psycho rush back. But T2 almost done, but look at the health go away. Oh dear, 9 seconds left. comm is picking off Eunice. Artie is hitting on the comm. 3 seconds left. He's going to get out of here. Just instantly on the move as he needs to go. Down here though we see Shemale. He's doing exactly what we thought they would. Popping in and out of the water with his comm just to have an absolute murder face. Yeah, I would have loved to. I actually wanted, sorry cosplay, don't get me started on cosplay. Mass Effect is my favourite game of all time, and of course wanted to cosplay that. Before Mass Effect I wanted to try some more generic kind of armour, like I just trying to find patterns and things for that, but Oblivion going up for Sock, and that is going to absolutely help his chances down here. 2v1 comm still has to be careful, he's very low in health. And Shemale's pushing up quite far, wants to be careful, because he could get overrun, needs to keep his units much closer than that. 2 commanders in the area, and yes, he's a gun comm, but still, oh, that's a gun comm over there too, so Wind as a gun comm needs to be careful. Dear oh dear, up here we see Sock has had to drop back 2 commanders, just a little bit too much to contend with. He's doing the right thing, trying to slap up another point defense there, and Hachi has had to cancel his upgrade because Psycho has a gun comm in his face. Well, it's gun comm on gun comm, he can't stand still with his units involved as well. Up here we see Shemale is back into the water, keeping that health, popping out when they want to blap off a few units, having a great time. On the left hand side that's looking pretty static. Jackie Lowell also has gun upgrade. It's gun upgrade for you, gun upgrade for me, gun upgrade for everybody. Into the water goes Judo, just doesn't want to lose his comm. He's supposed to be focusing on air, so that's all well and good times. Up here Sock is built up some T1 PD to shoo away Catinator. Cannot stay in range of all of that without being unhealthy. What? Entirely. T2 PD going back up to support that. Problem over here we see gun upgrade is happening for Alexander. Gotta be careful. Who is it? Is it New Zealand Iron Man? He's a reasonably well known streamer. Gun upgrade shooting into the hill because why not? And any moment now, Jackie is going to catch Alexander out. He cancels his gun upgrade because he has to run, and boy does he have to run. He has no units, he has a gun comm in his face and an army. I think, is he going to be the first ejection? I thought it could have been close for a Sock, but Sock has managed to stabilise his position, been okay. Down here we've got to watch at Shemale down to 6,000 health, has to be careful. Doing some good work, but Wind Hunt is coming over. Alexander shouts out, need help. Well buddy, you need help about 2 minutes ago before you got pushed like that, and these units are going to be too late. Nizar, just save yourself. I don't think he's getting out of that. There is a T1 PD here, but it's getting shelled down. And we are going to see Alexander get absolutely smashed out by Jackie. Kaboom. All the units are gone. Now you push Jackie. Maybe you can get the trade, but no, he's too healthy. Gun comm 1100 health. No problems on there. He's going to get away. Down here we see the units from Shemale having a good time. We see Shemale himself picking away at Winds, and gonna have to be careful. Wee bit exposed there. A bit far from the water. Gonna be difficult to duck back into it if they want to. Checking out up here, it's a bit of a pushback coming from Sock, and Sock has done some damage. Got a T2 PD back up again. Yes, sorry, I don't have any mods at the moment. I'm new channel. So yeah, links get popped out quite quickly. I don't even have an alert for that going on. Give me a second, I will just see if it has been held in mod. I don't see it, so I think it's straight out no mod action available. I need to change that. I'm sorry. Yep. Sorry about that, Bam. I'll need to sort that out. But just right down here, things got a little bit quiet, and Shemale still down here with the comm, having a bit of fun. Still close to the water, and Sporting Army behind is looking okay. Is going to have to be careful though. Corsairs. Corsairs could be ruin his day. Yeah, so I think I've got links turned off right now. That's a me thing I need to adjust. Just so I didn't have any mods. I thought I had set it to allow, but apparently not. See, Shemale down to 8,000 health. If these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Corsairs, yeah, they'll give him a bad day. They'll give him a bad day. On the right hand side, we see Psycho needs to be a little careful as well. 2 armies against. Sock needs to push up a bit further, start causing some issues, and we're going to watch Shemale there because 1, 2, 3, 4, still just the 5 Corsairs. Maybe they're waiting for one more, then they're going to have a go. 6 Corsairs do some good damage, and Nizar over on the left is falling back. I appreciate it, Bryce. I mean, if you enjoy watching the stream, that's all. You know, I'll just stream. I enjoy it, I have fun. If you enjoy watching the stream, good on ya. And if I can make your day better by doing so, then even greater. On the left hand side, we see Nizar is absolutely having problems trying to face off 2v1 against these guys, not having a good time. Plenty of reclaim to be had, maybe wants to grab it, and Shemale walking out again. Are they waiting for him to get just that little bit too far from the water? Be able to get back into it? Well, still kind of close. Corsairs over there, Corsairs over there. How many you got? 6, and here they go. I think, yep, so Shemale's getting pushed by both Windhounds, and Shadow could push up. But now the Corsairs are coming in. Here we go. You're going to need to dodge like your life depends on it because, hey buddy, it does. 6 Corsairs down to 5,000 health and walking the wrong way. I think his attention was elsewhere. Just now he realizes how much danger he's in. That's a Guncom. Windhound is well in range. No, Bam's Russian, if I remember correctly. Down goes Shemale. So that is a second death for team number 1. Not good times on there. Over on this side we see Jackie Lowell is, well, he'll be fine. Not enough units to stop him, and Nizar needs to keep dropping back. He's going to have some issues trying to contend with 2 Guncoms in his face. Doesn't matter if he's a Guncom himself. That's a problem. On the right hand side, let's have a look. Psycho pushing out with his commander, wanting to keep things at bay. And that's actually a friendly unit sweeping in from Sock just to assist. He's got some T2PD around, so that's going to help. And there was a radar somewhere? Radar back here. So that's going to be able to keep these floating Zuis at bay. Absolutely. Some of the big matches can be so good but to cast, but so difficult as well, because there's often so much action going on. You just don't know where to look and you miss stuff. See, Psycho's having a good time. I was glad to catch, hello, torpedo bombers along with, okay, more torpedo bombers, so they're wanting to catch somebody in the water perhaps, wanting to make sure there's no avenue for escape. Down here we see Hachi. Well, he's got the stealth upgrade. Not going to help him if Psycho wanders into range, but certainly going to help against the units. We'll be able to see those till Psycho turns up. Alright, over the side we see Catinator needs to be careful. Take some, that might be deliberate actually. This is a trick you can do. You can stand in front of your PD to defend it with your comm while it's building. It's that huge damage health pool on the commander to survive just while it comes up so it can shoot back. Looks like they have started to try and shoot beside the comm, although honestly that's a fair amount of damage. I wouldn't be so sure it's a great idea. He knows exactly what he's doing, don't worry about pinging him. He wants to get the point defense up. That's not going to help. Yeah, a VI rig with the commander would be fun, but how are you going to see this? Yeah. I mean, can you imagine? A VI rig, cool, here's your view. That's all you're looking at. Get into the exact right spot. Yep, here's what you're looking at. That's your commander's view. So yeah, VR rig, maybe not the best idea for an RTS. Annoying floating Zuis popping on over to start bombing interceptors. You're going to sit on the ground, you're going to have a bad time. Oh, look at those get demolished. I love MechWarrior. I remember playing the very first one. That's how old I am. I remember the MechWarrior. Great franchise. Over here, Shield going up for a Psycho, but that's not going to be his problems. We have T3 air in residence for Mr. Potato. Do we have T3 air down here? Yes, we do. This ACF's coming out for judo as well. So stable on that front. Both teams have T3 air. Times. Right, I've got to say there was a game which I found interesting because it was a first-person tower defense. Sanctum. You played first-person shooter and you built towers at the same time, and you were both shooting the enemies and having them die to your towers. Push through coming here from Shadow. These Zoes are going to do some real damage to this eco. Not a great time. A few units around trying. Yeah, similar to Orcs Must Die, except it was sci-fi rather than fantasy. Orcs Must Die might be the better game graphically, but I think Sanctum had the better mechanics. Up for debate, but yes, much like I did play Orcs Must Die as well, but yeah, they were both fun. But yeah, Sanctum was a more traditional tower defense. Like, I mean, you had all the tower types and stuff like that, where the Orc Must Die was more traps and towers. You just set up traps to run into. But yeah, over here though, on the right, how we're looking, Psycho's having a great time. Putting his shields on his commander, and here we go. Hatchie's evacuating as he well might. You're facing up against T3, buddy, and a com. You have a bad time, you hang around there. Right, let's check out though. He's got a brick coming over that's going to support him really, really well. And what are we doing in the air game? Well, honestly, feeling a wee bit static at the moment. Do have pushes coming up through the mid here. Plenty of Zoes on the way. Throw some T2PD that will stop those quite happily. Mr. Potatoes is in residence with his com too, so those Zoes I don't think are going to get a heck of a lot done. On the left though, this is an absolute collapse. Units just rushing on, and you want to build T1 PD at this point. But as soon as that shield goes down, it's all a bad time. Let's see, Nizar is way away. He has left the building. Let's see about taking out some of these Zoes, because why not? That should help clean things out. On the right hand side, we can see that Hatchie really has to run away. Nothing he can do, and crumping a clock around the clock. Oh dear. Don't you start going wag on me. Bring 40k orcs. Having said that, 40k Warhammer orcs are fun. Such great personalities. Hello. Tech launches. Who's that going to go for? Oh. There's a ping on Sock, and he's not even standing under shields. Oh my word. If they go for him... No TMD, no shield. Did he have TMD? Was it killed by the arty? Either way, on the right hand side, more Corsairs, although there's Fleck helping out Psycho, so I think he'll be okay. There, having said that, there's a lot of Corsairs. There goes attacks as well. I think we're gonna see missiles ahoy. They get over the shield, and goodbye Socks. Boom. On the right hand side, Psycho survives the course. Oh no, the Corsairs are still in residence. He's going to be dodgy. I think he's got enough health, but his flak is gone. ACF's coming from Mr. Potatoes. He will survive okay. He's going to need to fall back. Sock full of kids goes, well, what got me? He's right here. He's right here. They all launched and he died. Bryce, I absolutely appreciate the sub. Dude, thank you very much. Like me that much? I'm flattered. He did. Oh, he big did. Down here though, Hatchie's pushing back up with his gun, but he's going to run into a gun over there. Is his shields on? No. So Psycho does not have shields active, although they are recharging pretty quickly, and once those are up, he'll be a happy boy. Brick and Residence, Hatchie's, yeah, running away is the right call for that. Do we have more airplanes? Not really. Moving on to T3. T3 air, just ASF's out the wazoo for judo. More attacks. Oh, Psycho's on the move though. Psycho was on the move, so he's not going to get caught by those. An interesting attempt. Going to absolutely destroy that wreck, but not get a lot else done. He needs to drop back. I think he's too exposed there. Sniper bots coming in, bricks coming up, a commander in residence as well, and too much air. Why this torpedo bombers? I don't get it. No comms and water. Maybe they're thinking of going for this guy. only just gone in there. That's right, left hand side of the map. Let's have a look. Sound effects? No, those are not Dota sound effects. Do not be fooled. Those sound effects are not from Dota. They are from a much better game, in my opinion. Unreal Tournament. In particular, the 2003 version. Maybe you know such phrases as monster kill, kill, kill. Might sound familiar, but it is absolutely from that and not from Dota. Never played it. Left hand side is wide open though, absolutely nothing going for Team 1. Just a stray commander or two helping plug the gap. Some T3 units here holding the line against, these guys are so close to each other. They have no idea. Well, they know it's there. They could just start lobbing some T3 ID onto those and they're going to have a ruin time. On the right hand side, that's a lot of T3 air RCAS from his teammate, protecting him in case of a strat snipe attempt. Yeah, Dota's a more modern thing, but no, absolutely. Unreal, and I think in all the games I've played, Unreal Tournament 2003 has had the best announcer ever. Ever. I've never heard an announcer that quite matches that guy. T1 PD down here is having a great time killing anything that comes into range. It's quite healthy, got himself 4 kills. Units ahoy, some T2 PD up here just popped around the place, will help demolish bricks. Maybe if they get too close, but very much all the way back here. And that's a GC. A pause GC while he works on power. Definitely going to need to pick a reactor, not that one or the other. Come on, finish it off. Stop building that one, finish that off, then go for that. Mercies. Not sure what you're going to do with Mercies. There's nobody up front to snipe. Try and get over here. Well, I guess there's no anti-air if the Mercies manage to get in range, although it's a sizable air wing to take them out. Yeah, Unreal Tournament, Game of the Year edition, the very first one. Capture the Flag Instagib was my jam, 100%. Every game I played, Capture the Flag Instagib. Never mind Deathmatch, never mind anything else. Monkey built by Windhund, so he's going hard on that. Yeah, it's probably going to be the first experimental done in the game because that GC is paused. It's had to rebuild. I wonder if that was a strat or if that was just reclaim. Either way, he's got T3 up the wazoo, so land pushing on out. Should be okay to take out the monkey. Though there's T3 land for the support over here on Hatchy. Forces building up, large army standing here just denying the area. Ready to go. Mercy extractors? I don't know if that's worth it. Mercy's very high risk. Glass cannons, you know, they have like, was it 10? Yeah, 10 health. They get sneezed on, they die. They're such an investment. When they work, they pay off, but when they don't, they really don't. Very easily turns into a waste of mass. Sniper bots. Why not? Psycho yells for E. He's saying, I need E. If you need E, why don't you build a T3 reactor? We'd have had that one finished by now. Instead, he committed to this one back here. I don't know why. Strange choice, but hey, there's a choice to make, I guess. Do we have anything back here? Nope, just some more land, some more air. Anything plans for all? SMD? Yep, that's going to be useful. Always nice to have the nuke defense, but on the right we have a double push going on. Got some Ilshis here from Shadow and Bricks moving up. They're going to run into a, well, kind of a bad time. Shield is in play, got some T1 PD and some T2. Bricks are going to have a, what do you mean, wait, what? Psycho's moved up this column again and still got some air overhead in defense. Bricks are, yep, they're having a, oh, they're doing okay, and Windhund actually finishes off his monkey. Where's he going to send it? On the left up towards the main bases or off to the right? Well, that looks like it's off to the right. Does a big slow U-turn. He's going to wander off this way and going to support Mr. Hatchy on the right, who's been having a really bad time against Psycho. So Psycho's done well for himself. He's held off Hatchy, who's a higher rated player, and Hatchy's built an experimental, Hatchy has been given the experimental from Mr. Windhund. So there we go. On the right hand side, that's a lot of units, and stingers into flak is a bad idea. Watch them all just get demolished. falling from the sky and getting absolutely nothing done. To the shields. Alright, Mr. Potatoes, yeah, he can't hang around on that. It's going to be a bad time. Some T2PD up here is going to help thin out numbers of anything that comes close. There is no mobile missile launchers here, so that should be alright. Keep those gunships away. I horribly love the flag. Monkey is on the move. Start brooding, we are completely out of power. Yeah, you did finish that one, and you did finish that one, and the GC is a building. Away we go. Keep those units there, and okay, Commander has not joined the front. Sniper bots. Do that whole long range shooty thing, but Monkey is a coming. Monkey's going to give things a bad time, especially with their stealth. Gunships rolling around and they're looking for targets. They're not going to find much when they run into ASFs and flak and everything, and I don't know. I don't really know. Go nowhere. Not careful. All these units are going to be caught out by Mr. Monkey. The thing with stealth is you can't see the damn thing. See that on radar, so they at least see these forces and should be a little concerned. Gonna have to drop these guys back, and yeah, forces moving in together is a good time. Jackie finishes an experimental. That's the other pink player. He hasn't done much this game, but well, I didn't say he hadn't done much for a while. Mr. Potatoes, what? What? You're okay? Did he actually? No, it did though. That's it. I take that back. Maybe that was a disconnect because he was definitely still building stuff before he died. On the right, the monkey has arrived. And that's gonna do bad things to harbingers that are not grouped up. And they're gonna struggle. Run away with the sniper bots, you might be able to do something if they can see it, which they can. But as soon as all that stuff dies, it's gonna disappear off radar. And it's gonna be awful from there. How's the GC? Oh, it's nowhere near done. It's nowhere near done. I mean, you say make opponents think you're completely incompetent and then surprise them. I don't think the stalling on E was a great plan. Sniper bots to tank the laser. That's an interesting move. Didn't work very well. Yeah, I'm going to give a DC, which is unfortunate timing because I believe he could have made a difference to this. Alright, Harbingers move back up, but they're not going to get a lot done. Monkey is going to obliterate them one by one. Not enough to stop that. GC's not going to get done. Psycho is going to have a go with his commander because, well, he kind of has to. But he's not going to last long against that. Does have overcharge, but, you know, that's a face laser. Kaboom. Down goes Psycho. Better head the units behind his commander, maybe. Mercies. That's what we should use the Mercies for. But nope, they get a lot done either. So, now we have a monkey on the right. We have a chicken on the left. We have monkey down there. A Fatboy under construction. So, everybody getting in the experimental game for team number 2. A bad time. Yep, chicken walking on up here, gonna obliterate all of this stuff with the support of the units from Bestel. And GG has been thrown out by these two guys. I don't think they're gonna hang around. It's pretty much game over. Yep, there we go. Proper control okay from Nizar. See, Meatwagon too far off doing the same thing. He's now got not much. Stop a chicken, a monkey, anti-air? Yeah, I'm sure he can handle the flag. Pretty sure he'd be right with that. But, yeah, not much else he can do there. And, still. That's just well played from Team 2. Still a shame about the disconnect. Would it have made enough of a difference? Keeping air? I think so, because I believe he actually had air. I believe he had more than Judo. And and that he would have been able to hold and absolutely help. These things could have turned into mass donations and it would have been grand time. Fatboy is actually done. Immediately going to start firing away at everything, but yep. Monkey is stuck. Monkey stuck on a hill. Alright, Fatboy's having a grand old time. Plenty target rich environments and a chicken to have a go at now as well. As long as it doesn't get in range, Fatboy's going to be good. However, Ushivas are saying hello and chicken is not stopping. Taking Fatboy fire to the face, but yeah, not enough PD to stop that. It's going to get in range and we're going to see the doom of Meatwagon. He's going to go down as soon as that shield collapses. Boom. Blappy, blappy, blappy. Unified's firing. That's quite cool. And Meatwagon goes down to the Athota. That is all she wrote. Yeah, this guy. Stuck on a hill. Doesn't know what to do with herself. Absolutely stuck. Silly thing. Absolutely silly thing. Right then, I'm just going to leave this here for the moment. I'm going to try and find... I mean, there's got to be a link, right? Sorry, I know there's a link somewhere to the Discord. There it is. So if you want to join the ANZ Discord, there you go. I'll need to remember to put that into my description. Just hop up there. We have a few hundred members. Say 945 at the moment. I don't know how many of those guys are active, but that's how many we have in the Discord for the just ANZ Forged Alliance. To other things there, information and all sorts of things to have some fun. So if you want to play, if you want to learn, feel free to join that. We'll help you out and have a good... Right, let's see. Now then, the boys are on, but I think I've just missed a game. We're playing for about 5 minutes. Right, you'll bear with me while I have a drink. Sorry, throat is a little bit dry. I'll pop you on mute and leave you with this explodey thing in your face. Okay, all better. Well, yes, if you play FAF and you want to play the times that we're active, you're more than welcome to join in. We often have games where the Discord members are priority because you're your host, you're in voice chat. Just makes for a much more entertaining game when you're actually talking with other people. And yeah, we just have fun. Shoot the shit while we're waiting in the lobby, all that kind of thing. So yeah, absolutely welcome to join if you want to. Sorry, yeah, I realised my mistake when I left it sitting there. But very bright. There we go. Very bright indeed. Okay. But I want to play some games today. Really, really do. Alright, let us jump back into FAF. Let's just have a natter with the boys. I'll leave the music going, it's fine. You're in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Go bugger, we'll go bother these people.
No help.
Are you dead yet?
I'm not surprised.
Are you dead yet?
And Moki gets managing.
Nah,
I'm gonna pull
Navy
Nobby
like
in here.
heaps.
Probably a good
I
idea.
This
Hi,
game
Nobby.
is falling to pieces pretty quickly.
You reckon?
Yeah, we've got like not much Navy. Bear's doing his best to get into Navy.
Yep.
Match is trying to get Navy up on the left.
Ah, dear.
Bursting 3 different players.
Alfie's got Navy pumping across him and killing all his front mexes. Nobby doesn't have any Navy at all.
Fine.
Bam,
Alf is about to
we have
mark
people from
carry.
all over the world in here, even though it's supposedly ANZ, so you're fine, mate. Absolutely fine.
He's the boat.
He's a boat.
You don't have to make boats when you are the boat.
Why make boats? Boats are overrated.
Alfie McBoatface.
Boat face.
Welcome back, Nobby.
Yo.
Yeah, damn, I'm short on E. Way short.
Well, you know how to fix that, right?
Build more E.
There
And
you
stop upgrading
go.
that mechs. Oh, there we go. Now I can afford to build planes.
Hey, things are good.
I've got our stacks upgrading.
Oh, yeah, that'll suck it up.
Upgrade. Oh, everyone's on voice, aren't they?
Maybe.
They should be now, yeah.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Alfie.
How is your life?
It's okay.
Oh, that's nice.
I can pump out a couple of...
Life is nice. I had my second vaccination last week, so I'm good.
Ah, very good.
Feeling all right?
Yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
Kidney doses. Yeah.
Yeah,
Are
no.
those 12 comms or are that subs?
Probably subs.
Okay.
Why not both?
Yeah, well. Science, that's why.
Why wouldn't you have subs and top comms? Yeah, there you go. Have both. Right, folks, from the sound of it, I don't think the game will be too much longer. I was thinking about jumping into ladder, but nobody else in the queue on there. The only games showing up in the FAF lobby at the moment is, let's see, Gap, Astro, Seatons. 3 Seatons, 4 Astros, and a Gap. Not games I really want to sort of jump into right now.
Whoa, now that...
Shame. I would jump into 1v1 because normally they don't take that long because I'm terrible at them. Well, not terrible. I'm average at 1v1s, but yeah, nobody in the queues, wouldn't get a match.
Alright, I guess I'm the only one doing Navy right.
What? Yes.
I was leaving a gap open for nobody to build Navy
Nope.
factories, but there's nothing.
Sounds
to
like
do.
Is
yeah.
he in comms?
He's doing the air. He's in comms, yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I thought my position was there since I don't have as much structures as what you've
Listen
got.
to these guys. Happy
Yeah,
with
I'd
that.
say that's fair.
Maybe.
I have a chat with the other team while these guys
Oh,
are
incoming drop. Fuck.
banging about.
Ping it. Jeez.
I'm too busy sending my interceptors over there. I just moved my fucking frigates to help out Matry. God fucking...
Are you winning, guys?
So far.
So far.
So far. It's kind of equal control. Oh my god, that's a lot of words.
Good times.
It's radar spam from the
Frigates.
Okay.
UEF frigates.
Actually, no, the game's still going on, but I might be about to get a ladder match. I jumped in the queue anyway, and there's somebody else here. So I might be able to have a game. Yeah, I left the channels. Can get distracted by those guys. Oh, come on. Sorry. There were 2 people in the 1v1 queue, and it's popped, but it didn't match us up, so I guess we're not close enough rated. That's a wee bit shit. That's a wee bit shit. Annoying. You think it wouldn't matter? Yeah. Sorry. I was so close. Absolutely thought I was going to get a match out of that, but it's got absolutely denied. Well, I really don't want to join a long game. Really don't. Let me see if I can actually track their game. Here we go. What? Hang on, I can pick up their live game. Which I can leave at any point. Here we go. Yeah, it's a bit rough. Like I thought, yes, I'm going to get a match. I could have a later game while I wait. Someone look good, but anyway, let's live cast. the game that they're playing. It's a bit of a delay, but this is the map that they are on. So, as the guys who I intend to jump into with afterwards, hopefully they drag me down. I'll keep an eye on things as they go. Anyway, Team 1, Team 2, hello boys, how you doing? Up on Team 1 we see Desert Wolf at the top, yellow Seraphim. Beside him we have Fergus, grey Aeon. Showing up the front is Snaggy. Snaggy is... who the hell's Snaggy? Anyway, he's Cybran, he's Burgundy. Behind him, Novodino. Novodino is red Seraphim. And Lavender Cybran on the right is Stack. Alright, running up for team number 2. Down the bottom corner we have Nobby. He's blue, light blue, Cybran. Beside him we have Minimize, Combat Green, Urief. Up the front it is Old Bear Smokey. He's got himself an orange Seraphim. Beside him it is Raffen, white, Aeon. And to top it off, Alfie, bright pink, Cybran. Yeah. Very Navy heavy map. How's your reclaim? Well, there is no reclaim. Sorry, there's 300 reclaim in total. 1, 2, 3, 4 rocks. Yeah, minimap's accurate. That is all water. And this is all the reclaim to be had. A couple of rocks. Random map gens are always fun. You never know what you're going to get sometimes, and it's quite interesting. Looks like Stick is wandering his comm over this way, going to claim the side island, and why not? Protect it from drops as well. Not a bad idea. Alright, but lots of water, so very Navy heavy map. Thought it was all land? Oh yeah, no. I mean, there's land underneath the water, but you can't get onto it. First naval factory being built, planned, sorry, that is by Old Bear Smokey. Let's get into the water, and I think everybody has to get into the water on this because maybe not one person to do air, although really I think everybody gets in, do your own T1 air and look at winning by Navy as opposed to trying to rush T3 air or similar. Snaggy getting up his first naval factory. Off he goes, good on him. So the only downside to me casting this is you're not going to see the end of it. These guys are going to finish up the game, and because live replays are 5 minutes behind, so we won't get to see the end of everything that happens, but that's okay. I can keep an eye on it and see once they all jump into the same voice chat lobby, I'll know the game is over and I'll just jump on over. At that point we probably know who's going to win anyway. Right down here, Navy for Millenwise, Navy for Old Bear going up. Any other Navy planned at the moment? Well, there's one over here for, that'll be Office? Who's building that? I don't know who's building that, I don't see my build markers. Probably because I wasn't focused on the game. Here we go. That's better. Ready. Navy is completed for Fergus. Navy on the way for Desert. Navy on the way for Snaggy, of course, as we mentioned. So that is 1 to 3 factories up there. We have 1, 2, 3 factories, though 2 completed for Team 1, 1 completed for Team 2, and a bomber. How rude. Novodino decides to send that out. Gonna pop off an engineer. Congratulations, he wasn't doing anything anyway, but over here could be a good pick if you're paying attention, although he's going for these guys. Gets another single kill. There's nothing in the air to stop that bomber. Another pair of engineers over here going to die, and there's going to be 4 kills for him. Gets a rank in veterancy. Good fun. Do we have anti-air? We do. That's an archer. Immediately starts opening up. It gets another 3 engineers. 7 kills for that guy. He's having a grand old time. Is he going to get away from the archer in time? He is on 11 health, but T1 AA over there finishes him off. Still a good number of kills for that bomber. All engineers, but all within the base, not really any kind of expansion, so not that big a hassle, but absolutely paid for itself. Alright, first naval unit coming over from Team 1, it is a frigate under the name of Fergus. There is a sub out from Millen, going to have some fun there, but more frigates on the way. That's a drop plan from Novodino. He's wanted to grab some extra bases over here, I would imagine. Because why not? They're underwater. Harder to kill. Another bomber coming over from him. Is going to get some more kills. Is going to be picked up by some inties. I think it might get a bomb away before interceptors go high. Oh, you turned the wrong way. It's actually going to get through. Actually going to drop another bomb. Actually going to get 3 NGs. Yes, it is. Does stop. Yes, stops the E-storage from being built. And oh my word. That's a real annoyance. I think he went to drop over here, but then saw the commander and went, nope. Changed his mind and pulled the engines back out, so he'll be fine. Over here, sonar going down to a single frigate. Going to be attacked by a frigate and a sub. Needs to run away. He ain't going to stand that. Melano, look, you can hang around in the cast, you can watch the VODs, you can wait for me to post things up on YouTube. I don't care. You enjoy the content however you want to enjoy it. Watch it when you want to, how you want to. No dramas, my friend. Do as you will. It's all good. Right then, more factories are going up for Millen, so he's to the Navy game in a big way. Do we have any kind of tech shift planned? Nope, all just sticking with the T1 for the moment. It's all good. Another factory all the way back there, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4 factories. For Team 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7th factory planned for Team 2, so it seems like they would have an advantage in Navy with more build power. Interestingly, we have another factory planned over there for Desert, so there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up there, but they do have assistance on the factories, so they will build units faster. Could be the difference. Right down here we see some hover coming in to make a bad time of there. Going to smack things out. I mean, honestly, there's, you know, if I was playing a more action orientated game, I sometimes do. Like I used to play this, not at a Counter-Strike and first person shooters, yeah, as you know. But in the end, frigate coming in from Desert Wolf, going to give a bad time to these poor floating units over here and the NGs. And I still play some first person shooters. I do occasionally pop into PUBG, not great at it. Ever since they took away first person solo, I haven't played it as much. Don't really enjoy third person. Looks like Fergus has stopped building. I think maybe he's grabbing some eco and is then planning to go to T2. Yeah. Just about got a full mass bar. He does not want to do that. He's paying attention. That goes full without being used and Fergus has failed. Fergus has failed. Full mass bar. Fergus failed. Obviously. What's he doing? Nobody knows. Up here, annoying little torpedo launcher. Although it's not going to do much against a Aurora, because, you know, Aurora's hover, so I can just kill that at its leisure. But it's close enough to be an annoyance to this here. There we go, keep the Aurora in play, let her kill that off. Maybe get another few like those guys rolling mine out. But, an annoyance. What an annoyance. Right, checking out, we did have a group of forces over here from Millen push on up there, trying to do something. Stealth going down on this comm. There were some subs. They have dropped off. He's had to fall back with his frigates. He feels like he can't keep on there. It's an upgrade, yes, but it's not a torp upgrade. It is stealth. It's the surprise upgrade. Okie dokie. I mean, it's not going to happen. Actually, I say that and I fucking did. Oh, Jesus. That's just... oh, dear. Oh, dear. That's... so, some more subs over here. So, a little bit under it for the moment. Frigate picking away at some poor, hapless little interceptors. Not quite in range of that there. I don't think you can see it. No, we can't. We, as on radar, you can move over just a little bit. Knock out the sonar, and that'll be a great time. There we go. Sonar going to go down. There is a torpedo launcher over here, though, and a frigate in residence. Going to kill the sonar, which is great. Deny the intel. Works wonders. But sitting around is going to gradually get plinked to death by the torpedo launcher. Is that a nano? Sorry, nano. A torpedo come from Alfie, torpedo and stealth. He's going to have himself a lovely time with all this T1 stuff. Millen has a decent set of units over here. Nobby, not in the Navy game at all. Looks like he's focusing on air. His counterpart, however, has T2 Navy right there. And that's still not. Oh, there we go. There's a T2 Navy for Fergus. This is on the upgrade. And we're about to have the first destroyer come out from Mr. Desert. Is there any other tech in the water at all? Well, no, there's just this guy. Torpedo on his comm. No other upgrades planned. Not there, not there, not there, not there. There we go. Here's T2 slowly on his way. No assistance on that. Looks like he's focusing on eco first before getting that fully up and running. And we have a couple of torpedo launchers over here just to be annoying on this front. So that's still most tech we got. T2 on there. And Red on the way. That destroyer is right there. Ready to have a good time. It's upgrading. There we go. T2 upgrade for Old Bear Smoky. Working on a torpedo launcher. I guess to try and deny the subs. Although it doesn't finish it. They're close. You might as well finish it. Jesus. Up here we see the torpedo comm is now up and going for Mr. Stick, and that's going to give these launchers a really bad time because he outranges them. And, well, they might pick off a submarine perhaps. There we go. One sub down, but yeah, not get anything else done thanks to that guy. On the left hand side, destroyer is in range of everything. Can kill off all of these with impunity unless they move, and Ryfin is aware of it, which I don't. Oh, he is. He scouted it. He knows it's there, but he's not moving his units. Attention must be elsewhere. Elsewhere being the middle of his base, where a Zooey drop has come in and is wrecking things horribly. Down goes a T2 Mix. He can ill afford to lose while he's trying to make Navy. Jester comes in from a teammate to help shore things up and knock out those Zooeys. Loses some NGs, but we'll keep that T2 Mass Extractor intact. So good Zooey drop there has knocked off. Wow. 1, 2. Killed those as well. What's killed those? Bombers perhaps? I don't know. Anyway, the Zooeys have got a few things. Having to rebuild those is going to slow things down. Destroyer still having fun. Has killed a bunch of units up there. Needs to be careful it doesn't get into range to this slot too close, because they can swarm it, although it is now, nope, still above ground. And now maybe it's moved in a little too close, and it's going to get absolutely smashed down. Yep, I think it just came a wee bit too close. Enough units here to swarm his health down and take it out. Some cruiser fire. I see those missiles. Has he submerged it? Yes, he has. So he's pulled it underwater to save it, which is a good move. Underwater, can't be hit by any of those things, and is now free to dole out the punishment to these frigates for no repercussions. Ryfin's comm is in the water and needs to be careful. It's going to be a bad time. T2 Navy is on the way for popping up with that. Looks like Coopers. So torpedo boats, a good call when you have things like this in the water. It's another drop coming in. That's a lot of Zooeys. There we go. They're going to land and they're going to cause havoc. Jesters need to get on the ball. Need to get in and start killing these. There's not much left for them to kill over here, to be honest. There's a Mantis going to have some fun as long as it doesn't get caught, but get caught it does. Come on, Jesters, Jesters, ping them, Jesters. Nobby, those are your Jesters. Can you please move them over here? Up they go, and we should hopefully see some results, though there is an under threat as well. T1 mixes actually, so Alfie's not had a good time. He got any eco as it is. A single T2 mix there, trying to get up some power. He's kind of half out of the game. Down here we have more problems. Those attack missiles are coming in, and Ryfin doesn't appear to have any tech to do anything about it. T1 over here, no NGs in the mix. This cruise is going to have a great time. Just out. What's going on? We see that Cooper is in residence to take away any kind of torpedo shenanigans. Another one up there, but they are weak to surface vessels. Keep them alive, keep the positioning to keep them safe. They actually have less health than a frigate. Do need to be careful. On the left hand side, a slightly bit of positioning from Ryfin, just wants to try and push this cruiser away, but there's 2 destroyers sitting behind all that. Keep it in play. Torpedo bombers. Not a bad call when you're having problems with Navy. There's no real air around, got some interceptors up here, but it's looking like a strong Navy game. Having said that, that is T3 Air HQ for Novdino. Good morning, Foodman. How is your day? I have T3 Air on the flip side anywhere. Team 2, so they're going to have an extra bad time. T3 Pigeon is being built up. It's up and ready to go. Another drop planned. Grab and transport on the right hand side. If he can drop it down over here somewhere, he's going to kill a whole bunch of eco. Bobby is well working. His income as well, however. Hasn't really been building anything else, just eco. So yeah, he needs to get into the game to help out because his team is having some problems, especially if that guy gets in range. And I hear more destroyers. Okay. They're from Old Bear Smoky. Transport might be able to come on in. See that there's a few interceptors around from Millen. If it gets spotted, that's going to have a really bad time. Is it on radar? Well, no, it's not. Mr. Hoy and Ryfin still struggling on the left. He's been basically delayed hugely on the game, just because of the pressure coming in from Desert Wolf. On the right hand side, we see here is the skirmish. Do we have a destroyer in the mix for a stick? So he's got T2 Navy and is building more. There is a destroyer for Millen, and there were those Coopers floating around as well, which are going to be critical for trying to deal damage to Stick's comm, which is a lot of firepower available to him. But there's surface units as well, so that's going to make life very difficult for Millen to contend with that. Drop is still loitering, just waiting for the chance to go through. And Megalovania and Tent Device. Megalovania? No? Sorry, mate. Look at. Oh, Strat. Strat is coming in, and it's going to be the distraction for the drop. That is a good call. Bombs away. See a lot of damage being done. Okay, drop is prioritized by the interceptors because why not? They can take care of the drop really easily. Enough of them to shoot it out of the sky, and they won't be able to catch the Strat. It's going to be on its way, although if it hangs a bad turn, these guys are going to drop it out of the sky. Is it going to go? I think it is. Might get another bomb off. No. See you later. Does kill off a couple of mass extractors, but they're rebuilt pretty quickly. To do so, why ever not? Left hand side not looking great. That is 1, 2, 3 destroyers and a cruiser. This position is getting pretty untenable for poor old Ryfin. He has got a bunch of torpedo bombers. In fact, if they manage to find a comm, cough cough stick, cough cough, they could perhaps look at doing a bit of a snipe on him. So Coopers roll up in behind the main forces, just going to be there with their anti-torpedo usage. Another Strat out. Where's that going? On the left, and that's going to be a problem for Ryfin. His T2 mech's gone. Torpedo bombers are out, and they're going for units. Not much work done, but they did kill the cruiser. So that's a bonus. At least he doesn't have to worry about attacks. Another drop coming in from Novdino, so he's really committing to those, but it's going to be picked up by Swiftwinds, and we're going to see the end of that for no gain. It's time to give up on the drops, and another Strat coming in. So Novdino's not even bothering with ASF, he's just doing aggressive bombing tactics. 2 Strats floating around. Ryfin needs to think about evacuating his commander before he gets overrun in that position. Alright, over here we see that's a cruiser for Millen-wise, and those missiles are going to float on over to the other side of the aisle and miss everything because they moved. A Strat going for this middle island is probably going to drop off onto that. There we go. Going to fly a bit close to the cruiser though, take some fire. And how much damage can it do? Well, a fair amount as it turns out. Enough missiles to drop it down into the red. Yes, it is. So that's quite a bit of damage. Strat bomber just floating, gets caught by some Inties. Swift Wings are going to gang up on it. Oh, overshoot. Need to turn back around because that Strat's going to carry on, though it has to intercept us on its tail. It's going to go down for not much advantage. More torpedo bombers out on the left hand side from Raifan. He's having to go into the air game to take care of those. Some destroyers in the middle from Fergus holding a line on the right hand side. Millen is trying to push up somewhat, but that is a lot of destroyers sitting there for stick. He has to be careful and very cagey not to lose his units. Has got the frigates, which of course area frigates show the fake radar signatures. Can make dummy targets they get shot at, but still needs to be careful, especially as the commander is still in residence. With this torpedo upgrade over here, we see Alfie. His comm probably wants to come over to the right and help deal with this, because these destroyers are going to give everybody a bad time. Old Bear Man, or Bear Smokey, sorry, he has run out of navy. He has been attacked at some point, and now his HQ is under threat. He's got to try and do something, but there's just an overwhelming advantage on there. So I think, judging from what I'm seeing here, it won't be too long for the collapse of Team 2, and let's speed it right up because I see the guys are back in Discord. Just have a quick fun little watch. Down goes to HQ for Old Bear Smoke, so he has issues. Millen has a few units left in the channel, but a far larger force here from Stick, ready to smash him out. Raifan is struggling on the left, torpedoes are out. And look at this. Now there are destroyers on the shoreline, wrecking the base. So yep, I think we're going to see all the torpedoes and the strats. Let's see the end of these guys. Alright, well, let's jump into the gone. Oh, please tell me they didn't jump to another game while I wasn't watching. Rude, I was sitting there looking for Games Group.
Toss is a good one.
They see a gap.
Nah.
It's like they speed up to jump in it, and they like.
I'll let you take the
They're
bottom.
too retarded.
Did you guys jump in another game? I was waiting to join. Did you guys jump in another game? How rude.
Yeah, sure did.
Well, we realized you were waiting. And we
Yeah, that sounds about right. It sounds about right.
We don't really need.
Don't worry, this map is a
I'm
little
gonna go
iffy.
there.
There's a lot of maxes,
Yeah,
and there's
I'm-
only 2 places to get
I'm
from
going
one team
there
to the other team.
You can
Yeah,
have
nah.
these 2 matches, Miller.
You should try drop this
So
game
rude.
and drop
I
this
know, you're
up
probably
around
right.
here.
Actually, yeah.
Try it.
Absolutely rude.
Milan, are you going like slightly northish?
Alright, we'll just drop out of that channel for a moment. So you can sort of see there, not to be rude, but Nobby didn't do much. Don't know if he ended up with any combat units whatsoever, but yep. Good old Saturn's walking on land. Raifan dies over there. That was a slow and arduous death for those guys. Right, let's speed up the end because it was over. That's okay. Maybe I can get a ladder match. It's gonna ping in a minute. So, yeah. What? Range time to the side to follow, but thank you very much. Snaggy McNaggy. Like a name. Rolls off the tongue nice and easily. Snaggy McNaggy. That's pretty good. Well, I'm going to try for that game. It seems these guys weren't going to wait around for me to join them. If I don't get the later game, I don't know what I'll do. Some custom games up, but they're all pretty boring. Got a Gap, a couple of Astros. Boring. So we'll try for later and see how this goes. yeah, can't get a ladder game. I did not actually have another game lined up to cast either. Really wanted to play some games with the guys, but seems like they don't want to play with me. That's right, it happens sometimes. Nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. Right, I'm sure my ladder game will be over before theirs is. 30 seconds, will we get a match? Let's absolutely find out. Give me a moment, I shall just mute whilst we wait for the timer to count down. Need to grab myself a drink. Good times. Queuing in 3, 2, 1. Do we get it? No, we didn't. Rude. Well, missed out on a ladder match again. It does get kind of depressing. Not depressing, just annoying, I guess. I mean, not enough people laddering. It doesn't really go anywhere. It's that's the thing anyway. Right. Let's have a look for... But actually hang around long enough. I want to end the night on a game or two. I really do. So we'll watch the game these guys are playing, and we'll hopefully catch them before the end of it. So random map gene, here we go. We have team 1 up the... Wait, team 1 down the bottom. Team 2 on the top. Team 1 down here, it is blue, and he's overrated. Lamar sitting up a higher side him, Omnihaven floating at the back, and it is Boxeroo on the left. Following up on team 2, we have Rifen once again. Back we have Elfie. We got Fergus in here again, as well as Desert Wolf. Okay, so ratings are 100% even. We have 1225 average for both teams. Highest and lowest rated players are on team 2, but it is balanced quite nicely. 93%. We are looking pretty good. How's your reclaim? Well, your reclaim is everywhere. There's 15k of it. It's just in rocks and trees and stuff dotted all around the place, so we expect the engineers to be everywhere. But there we go. Map gene, good times. That's interesting. Maybe worth dropping an engineer there to grab that. Just the one. But away we go. Let's just I want to speed up a little bit to catch up to where the guys are up to. As soon as it starts stuttering, we know we have caught up in real time. There we go. Cool. So there we have it. This is 5 minutes ago. Wait for the game to actually catch up proper. There we go. And people are moving around. Just walking up to the front with this comm to do stuff. Got some scouts on the move from Millen to do bad things to any engineers they might catch. Where's... Oh, there he is. So I couldn't see Desert Wolf's comm. Kind of blended into the background a little bit. Hard to see. He's right there. Right there, and good to go. Okay, down here, Blue's walking up with this guy. We see Millen walking up with his comm. We see a gap being pinged for some unknown reason. Probably telling Omni to get his butt up there. We have 2 comms on the right, although nope, Millen has redirected. He wants to grab these mass extractors up there with his comm, and why not? They're there, go grab them, have some fun. Fergus is right up the front with his comm and popping down a PD for area denial, because why not? Good area to deny. Up on the top there we see Rifen's walking up with this, and some great micro. Keeps this flare alive, my word, that is impressive work. Flare did take 1 shot from Rifen, but survives. Now has the opportunity to go engineer hunting, could maybe grab that guy, or he could come up this way and run into a point of defense. So great work to keep him alive, but unfortunately, nowhere left to go. Over the side, T2 upgrade early on the way for Blue. He thinks he can do that on 20 mass income, sure, if he doesn't do anything else. We have a bomber up from Millimeyes ready to jump in and cause some issues somewhere. Gun upgrade going down for Desert, and if he finishes that and walks on forward, then Blue's going to have a bad time, because of course that's going to do extra damage to a stationary comm engineer, going to die. Down we go. Do we have any defending interceptors? Well, no, we don't. Not a single one. Anti-air on the ground. Oh, there's an anti out from Millimeyes. Should be able to go over. Is that T2 air already? Wowza. So Omni's grabbed T2 air. He's already got first engineer out and starting on some power. So he's rushing the air tech. His opponent, or his opposite I should say, would be... Well, it's going to be Elfie. Elfie does not have T2 air. He has an upgrade on the way, 60% done. But missed 6 shots by that tank. Why not? So he's joking about having some units up the back here, and a tank could not hit the labs due to some excellent micro. Bomber out here is going to be picked up by the Inti. Does take out the mix, but not going to get much more done. Some comm fights on the top. We have unupgraded comm versus comm action. Boxer is trying to force Ryphen back, is trying to pick off some units. It looks like he's going to succeed there too. Ryphen opting to drop back with what he has. Up here, Fergus on an upgrade, 50% done. Is sitting behind a T1 PD for some defense. But bombers are coming out, and Alfie's supporting up the top here. Bombs away, going to pick up a clump of 5 Auroras. So that's a really good bomb. Doesn't matter if he dies to the AA. He just knocked out 5 Auroras, which is going to make Boxer slightly annoyed. 5 and 1. Great bomb. Dies, but yeah, job done. Move pressure on Ryphen. Gun upgrade is completed for Desert Wolf, and is he going to push on up? And we see Blue is still on that T2 upgrade. He's been pausing it while he gets eco. You want to push up right now. You have the gun upgrade. Go, 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 go. Don't let that complete. Do they know he's there? Well, no. Maybe. Could do. Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it is going to move. 75% done on that upgrade for him. Let's see. Game's still going. Right, up the top we see more pressure coming in from Boxer onto poor old Ryphen, who is outranged by the Aurora's Gorse, but should he get units in range of those, they will die a very horrible death. Some units here ready to flank, although is he trying to defend against 2 lots? Although there we go, Fergus has T2 on his comm. He'll be able to walk up and slap down some point defense on this relatively flat ground and be able to deny an area. Right up here we see Blue finished his T2. He's a happy boy, but he might not be for very long because in comes Desert. He has a gun upgrade and he's building a mass extractor, which is going to die to artillery fire straight away. Never mind, he says, I'm just going to walk my car up. Another bomber out from Millen, rolls on over, gets a couple of kills. Thins out the units supporting old Desert. T1 PD being thrown down by Blue, the right choice in this situation because the commander is right there, followed by a T2 point defense behind it. Alright, Desert should be okay. He's got a gun, he's got units supporting him. I don't believe there's any threat to him over there. Stealth upgrade on the way for Millen, so stealth gun come really annoying. Fergus is popping down a T1 PD going up nice and fast. And is it in range of that? The answer is yes. Will the Mantis die? The answer is yes. Is that a couple of T2 PD? Well, yes it is. So T1 for the stop the spam coming in, and T2 for the range. A good way to do it when you're not sure what's in front of you. Down here we see, well, Desert Wolf is staying around, keeping his comm up, and he's doing some good pressure now. Just in if he can focus down that T1 2 PD, it's going to be a big difference. Keep the units coming in, keep the damage coming out from the comm, kill off the PD. Down it goes, overcharge is your friend. If you can use the units to shred out those, but unfortunately he's running out of support. Interceptor comes along and lands because hey, why not? And Desert unfortunately is wasting shots on Blue's comm. Doesn't need to happen. But, goodbye Interceptor. Let's check out the top. Similar thing going on, but of course, Fergus is in a worse position, and he has a couple of T2 PD, but Millenwise is sitting there with his comm, just completely ignoring it, overcharging. And thank you for the follow, Turtle Hard Rules. Make a name. Turtles are awesome. You know, I say that about most animals. I think I just like animals in general. Down here, looks like Desert is committing to the anti-PD game. He's got more units coming in, and if he can overcharge these down and keep his health up, he's got more ranks of veterancy, more damage going down, another overcharge. Oh, blue could be some issues here. Another Cerberus turret goes up, and Desert's focusing that down as well. More overcharges, down it goes, and blue needs to think about his position, because Desert has 3 ranks of veterancy now, tries to put down another T2PD, isn't going to work. More units coming in, so it's basically T2Com spamming up PD versus Guncom. Units are about even, and it looks like the units are focusing each other down, so it's com on com action, and I think blue needs to think about what he's doing. What is he doing? Well, he's got T2 land there, and a lot of T1 spam going on, but yeah, he's got to fall back. Could be in problems. And speaking of problems, up here we see Millenwise is pushing up. We have Fergus is getting assistance. Can they even see Millen? Well, yes they can, but they're focusing down the units first. Plenty of army in attendance from Rifen to assist. Millen cannot stay with that, so there are 3 PD there, and Fergus being tanky. Up here we see blue is having a really bad time. Down into the early 4,000 health, trying to pop up some T1 PD over there. Of course, units are circling around Desert, just trying to keep him in the game. Unfortunately, there's probably a little too much pressure. He has to drop back. He is full health, but he doesn't know what's coming his way. There could be T2 air. Well, there is T2 air somewhere. In fact, there's T3 air by now, and those are Corsairs from Omni, so dropping back could be a good idea. Have not quite T3 for Alfie, so not too far behind in the T3 game for him. Stevens up here. We have Millen and Boxer. So Boxer's grabbed T2 in his comm, and he's assisting with PD just to make life miserable for Fergus. And Rifen down here with the gun comm, he's going to start picking off units, and really looking fairly even as far as pushes go. Desert has finally had to fall back, but he has pushed blue, and there's the Corsairs. Does he have any anti-air? Well, there's some interceptors loitering around. They could have a go at everything. Kill off the bombers first, why not? Corsair is going to get away though if we get some anti-air on the ground, because there are some bombers and there are some interceptors, so Miller's going to turn on those and take out the air for Desert. Desert can't loiter too much. There's a Corsair is going to be a problem, and T3 air of course being a bigger problem. Getting support from Alfie, so any Corsair is going to have a bad time there. Checking out on this side, and Rifen has pushed right up with his comm. He has assisted in trying to shoo these guys out of here. His units are in residence. The T2 PD is also around. Bit of a stall there from Fergus. It would be an ideal time to do a bit of PD creep, while Rifen has helped distract these guys. Alright, down the bottom. Units streaming into Cerberus turrets, not a great idea. They're going to have a bad time with that. More PD going up, and blue's up the front again with this comm. Desert Wolf pushing forward once more, wants to just try and deny this area further. If he can keep killing off units, it'll be a good time. PD is going to go down, and that leaves blue a little bit exposed. I feel like he probably wants to fall back. See, there we go, Desert focusing him down now. Look at the health just fall off him, although Desert isn't in great shape either. Will he commit to the kill? Oh, he could have. I wonder if he could have. He had the health. I think he could have killed Desert there. If he had a couple of overcharges, he would have been alright. Eunice or no, but Desert down to 2,000 health. Staying right there. Alright, but now Desert has to fall back. Blue's going to be able to regen, and he will be okay unless there's some kind of snipe on the cards. Well, I don't see it. I do see a couple of Corsairs out from Omni, and I do see ASF from Alfie, which Omni does not have, even though they got both T3. On the top side, Millenwise has been doing great things with this comm. He's got himself 50 odd kills on there. As soon as he's spotted though, he's going to have a really bad time. Right, good old mobile missile launchers. Love to hate them. Down here we see Desert is being thoroughly and very not good idea with this com. Horseers is going to die horribly though. There's only a couple of those, plenty of enemies around to shoot them out of the skies. And Desert is going to be forced to fall back. He cannot contend with this position anymore. Too many turrets going up, and now there's support from Millenwise as well, so extra turrets. And yeah, he's going to have to go. T2 Land Factory has been built here. Maybe we'll see some mobile missile launchers of his own going out. We have some generous comm fighting going on here. Millen's commander having a go at Fergus, but really he wants to shoot that, which he does. He's fine, but a good push up here from Ryfin, getting some units in. Yes, he's facing off against T2, but the pushback is good. His commander is in residence to help out as well. Killing some units, getting some overcharges in. Needs to be careful he doesn't get cut off because Millen is coming over with his commander. Slight pause by Millen for some reason. Unfortunately, this is live, not a replay, so we have to sit through the pause. The last game went about as expected. The Team 1 Navy at the top just ended up overrunning Team 2 down at the bottom. Unfortunately, it kind of felt like a bit of a 4 versus 5, so 5, because Nobby down in the bottom left, he didn't realize he was supposed to go Navy. Didn't really contribute enough to the game in the battle, and yeah, in the end it was just an overrun. But yeah, so do apologize. Live replay cannot speed up the pause, cannot skip it, cannot go through. Let's just have a quick check while we're paused of what's going on. Tech, well, we have T2 Land there for Ryfin, bunch of T1 spam. We did have T3 Air, yes we do. Own reactor for Alfie. His opponent has 2 T3 factories now. Second iron reactor is going up, so Alfie's going to be at a disadvantage if he can't match that. Down here we see T2 Land, yep, and those are mobile missile launchers. They're coming out for Desert, so he's the one to do a firebase crack, and T3 upgrade on the way for Fergus Land. So Com here putting up shields and whatnot to keep that alive. Do we have any tech? T2 for Millen, so most of his focus is on his commander, and Boxer has T2 as well, so T3 air for both air players, but we have T3 on the way for Fergus, and some launchers coming out to be base crackers. Alright, good to go. Up here, Ryfin needs to be careful. Plenty of units around him. Boxer has a gun comm as well. Millenwise has a gun comm, although Millen himself needs to be careful. Surrounded by a fair number of units, is going to lose a lot of health doing that. Is giving time for Fergus to set up a large firebase here. If he can get that up and running, it's going to cause issues as well. Millen is down into the yellow, down to half health. He's dropping rapidly. Ryfin is keeping the pressure on, and he's down into the red. Are we going to see Millen drop out? Not if he gets a rank of veterancy and gets away. That could not have been a better timed rank to keep him alive, but Ryfin keeps on pushing. Keeps on pushing. Is it the end of the Millen show? I think it's going to be. Boom. Millenwise is out of the game. Looked like he was planning to try and cut off Ryfin and get a push on in there, but unfortunately it went the other way. He got countered and is full share, so everything goes over to Omni. Up here we see Desert Wolf is acting as a static PD with his comm. Anything that pops in range he's just killing, and now we have the mobile missile launchers here, and they can start murdering whatever they feel like comes into range. Alright, let's see here. Ryfin up the top left has been emboldened by that win against Millenwise, pushes up with his units and his commander, takes out the point defense, and Boxer needs to be careful now. Boxer down into the yellow. Ryfin, a very healthy comm, has some obsidians in his face. They are quite nasty. Overcharges do take care of them, of course, and we know he's got overcharge. We have seen it in action. Obsidian is not so great against T1 units. They have a very slow rate of fire, but a very high alpha. And there we go, so overcharge in action. Just about one shot, and Obsidian needs a bit more point defense. Sorry, it needs a bit more energy storage. Dear oh dear. Right, checking out down here, we see a push coming through from Fergus. Just some T-Bone units, but just enough to clean up the factories and take out some eco, because why wouldn't you? Absolutely makes sense. Gun upgrade done for Omni, so maybe he's thinking about bringing his comm to the front. He's going to need his ASFs to keep things alive, however. So there we go, units want at range of a PD. Bad idea. But having said that, they're doing some good damage to it. They lobbing over a hill? Indeed they were. Just a slight rise enough to arc the fire over, and down it goes, although that... what that was. That's right, they're coming through, cleaning up some mass ejectors, going to be able to kill a flak and a attack defense. So terrible times. Eco being shared out here, given over to Blue, just so he has something to work with. T2 factory on the upgrade by Omni, so he wants more T3 air, even though he's already got a bunch up here. Right down here, shield has been popped up for Blue though, more mobile missile launchers. They're going to give you a bad time. Chrono dampener for Boxer. The unit spam must stop, he says. Yeah, he's got the eco to put that out pretty damn quickly actually. Just about done. How long did that take? 20 seconds for the chrono, and it's now going to start stunning units, and Ryfin has got issues. That is some Corsairs having to go at this comm. He's going to have to fall back. Well, he's got plenty of health, but a good engage from Omni, and we are going to see air get absolutely wiped. Alfie has just lost air in a big way. That now leaves all these Corsairs over Ryfin's comm, who needs to start dropping back urgently. A couple of ASFs are still around for Alfie. They're going to get picking up these Corsairs. If they can kill enough, they'll keep them alive. Go, the Corsairs are gone, only a couple left in the air. One now, and Ryfin will be able to get away quite happily. Plenty of units pushing up, but of course now Boxer has the chrono, so every so often they decide to stop and have a quick little tea break and let themselves die. But nope, Ryfin is well on the way back. There is another Corsair. Don't really know if there's enough to get him. More coming in. More Corsairs. Ryfin takes another volley. Still got 7,000 health, so he's kind of healthy on that front. Definitely needs some flak up though. Fergus, you should be building some flak, although he has been building a tech launcher and killing stuff off. Get some T2 land, get some flak. I know he's got T2 land, there it is. He's got T3 land actually. Oh, he does not want to die here. Not with T3 land available. That is going to be a big difference in the game. Over on the right hand side, Nano Repair going for Desert. And he has absolutely broken this position with this mobile missile launchers. Not too much of a surprise, that's what they're good at. They're good at cracking T2 bases, as long as they don't have Arty. Arty, there's one right there. Tech launcher is having fun, and it is killing off as much as possible. There is some TMD down now though, so it won't get much more done. You can see it's killed off a few things. Looks like it had a great day. Alrighty. Corsairs are just floating around trying to find targets of opportunity. Those targets say, not us. Runs into a few interceptors. Don't think it's going to have much more of a good time. There is flak around. I can hear it. I just can't see it. Looks like Ryfin is going to get away fine. Back up to 10,000 health. Yeah, he's a healthy boy. He'll be right, but the air difference is quite phenomenal. Omni now has 1, 2, 3, 4 active T3 air factories, a fifth one on the way. Desert pushing up again. I think that's possibly ill-advised. Yes, he does have 20,000 hit points, but walking into all of that? No, don't do that. Looks like he wants to try and break this position sooner rather than later, but there's just so many point defense. His units are going to melt away, and he's going to need to think about dropping back, especially when the Corsairs come. Get back under cover. Do you have flak? We have flak back there, but that's not going to help your commander at all. Care is required. Interceptors pop over. His own going to start trying to take them down, but ASFs roll in. It's going to clean up those inties well smart. And Desert Wolf is now up front, kind of exposed. There is a flak back here, but it's sitting outside of the shield, and it's not going to be too much help if it dies. Corsairs refocus to the mobile missile launchers. a good shout because that took out 3 in one pass. Black is desperately trying to do something, and it will because that Corsair is slowly dying. Now the air once again belongs to Omni. The ASFs from Alfie are dead. Once again, a complete wipe. And yeah, Desert needs to get back under the shield. Needs to get that flag under the shield, and then he should be fine. Okie dokie, let's have a look at the rest of the map. Well, Fergus is quite established in the middle. Attack Launcher's got herself a bunch of kills. How was that T3? Riffin's back in his base. He's got T3, he's got some SAMs, T3 powers going up. He'll be good at the moment. I think he's just going to focus on getting some ego, getting some units. That's a sniper bot, I saw that. Some T2RD. How far does that reach? Far enough, apparently. There we go. That should reach quite a good distance. Stealth, no, you've been scouted, and a T2 shield is not going to last long. Single T2 shield. No. That's not going to last long against this, especially when more RD's going up and you have a sniper bot ready to go too. They were of that little position. No, they aren't. You need to throw a scout over there. Got scouts. Right here. Use them. Go scout that. Go say hi. Yeah. Is going to have a bad time with that. A whole swarm of units over here from Rifen. Is he planning to join in the charge? I don't know. Ping going down. We've got some units doing I don't know what. But that's okay. I'm sure the guys know what they're doing. So still, at this point, the only person who's gone out of the game is Millenwise. That's interesting. And things go a little bit static, so some mobile missile launchers over here doing their thing. They're going to eventually knock off T2 mix. Shields or no, doesn't help when you stall power. And look at the air blob from Omni. Let's just see how many he has. Well, those aren't ASFs. Those aren't ASFs. There we go. 53 ASF for Omni compared to the paltry looking 15. So he has over 3 times as many ASF as Alfie does. So yeah, definite air advantage. If we have a look over here, oh my word. Looks like that has been spotted, and it's got some more RT going up, got some more shields going up, definitely needed. And now it's an RT war, but who's going to win out that? Another shield generator going up for Boxer, he's going to need it. 2 RT on him, 3 shield gens, and it's going to be 2 RT over here, 3 shield gens, so even Stevens, and I think it's going to be kind of a stalemate unless something else happens. And that something else could be in the shape of sniper bots. If they come and do some extra shots, do some extra damage, they can take down the shields nicely. Really want to finish that off though before another shell lands on it. Speaking of shields going down, Boxer has to be careful. Ooh. Is that power stall? I think that's power stall actually. Anyway, another artillery going up. And problems. T3 shield generator. That will help out Fergus greatly. Shield's gone down again. Oh, you don't want to be stalling power with shells coming in. Lands and... oh, that's Ravager fire. That's a Ravager creep. Oh, Rifen, you cheeky little fucker. Ravager creep is absolutely going to destroy this little base, and Boxer now has some massive issues. Artillery lands down, takes out... he's only got 1 artillery piece left. His shields getting drained by Ravager fire. There's a second one about to go up, which will cause extra issues. Artilleries, Ravagers, sniper bots might be his only solution here, although we have counter snipers from Fergus, and those guys have to move away before they will die. Ah dear. Horrible. Let's check out everything else. Well, things are static over here, though we do have T3 mobile RD from Blue going to have a go at the space, and yeah, they're going to do good things against us. Although, having said that, Seraphim shields are particularly strong, so it's going to take them a while. Although we have T3 land back here as well. Brick. Ready to go on the move. New choice up the top here. Corsair snipes. Must take out the Ravagers. Well, they get one pass in and they do take the shield down, but then they run into a whole lot of anti-air and they get nothing else done at all. Ravager's still alive and still having to go at this little forward base of boxers, and of course throw in the artillery back here from Fergus, and that base is just having a right rip snort of a bad time. No artillery left, one trying to be rebuilt, and shields are being spammed up to try and keep in contention, but no good from there. Those are just the Ardy shells still flying over. Can they finish the extra T2 shield gen, or will it get hit by a stray shot? No, looks like they're okay. Not a bad game, bit of a stalemate around the world at the moment. Different ideas are being tried, and sniper bots are having a go at this down here. Why artillery? I don't get it, but it's going to die to T sniper bots anyway. Shields have dropped. Ravagers have popped the extra shield. Artillery shell is going to come on over. All we got left is some mobile shielding. They won't last long against T2 Ardy, although there's only a couple. And Ravagers, of course, firing as well. All the rounds coming in, and things are just popping over onto the... changing their status from alive to dead. No shields left, single T2 about to blink on, but Boxer has problems. T3 Ardy, I see that, there it is. The T3 mobile Ardy to supplement the T2, got some engineers over here who are going to have a really bad time with that. More T3 Ardy? Nope, T2 static. Taking that out. Fergus sends mass over to Desert Wolf. Why? What's he building? Well, he's building a chicken. Why wouldn't you? This front base is doomed. Plenty of T3 mobile Ardy on the hill has just been building up in numbers. Now there's 5 of them. More coming out of here. It's going to absolutely decimate everything down here. So, Desert is going to be absolutely relying on this experimental. That has been his decision to go for, and we wonder if it will pay off. Scouts ahoy! So that's going to be found out. There is some anti-air down here, of course, and some flak, but the corpses are going to land far enough to see that? I would say yes. Let's see, and there it is. It has been scouted. They now know it's there. They now know it's there. Alright, down here we can see things are just getting worse for Boxer. Has got a T3 shield up now, which will assist, but everything else is dying a horrible death. Spy plane is going out. What is going on? Look at a monkey. Going up from Omni over there. Blues base, we have... oh, nothing really. All his focus has been this here. Got the T3 Ardy going over, cleaning out this particular piece of the world. And an airdrop. Okay. Decided to go with that. Is he actually dropping it here? He actually is. I wonder if he can throw up a stealth or something to nope, can't drop it. Decided that wasn't possible and is bringing it back. Scouts plenty. How's that monkey doing? Well, it's about to go into the green, not too far away. 60% done. Good times there. Ravager's just having a good go at everything. However, now we have Icy Absolver Fire. There it is. Anti-shield, really good, and Rifle builds an experimental. Oh my word, I completely missed that being built. It's a fat boy, and that I think is going to signal a good run the fuck away for Boxer. As soon as that gets in range, it's going to be the end of that. Having said that, he has got a lot of T3 units. There's a fair number of Harbingers. He's got some sniper bots. He's got the Resolve to take the shield down, and this position has been made painful. In fact, he's lost a couple of Ravagers. He's only got some Sams left, and now it's going to be a bad time with the incoming Serenity shells. This thing's still trying to drop an engineer somewhere, and still failing. It's going to get taken out by ASF perhaps? Nope. Come on, drop it. I wonder how long it's been bouncing back and forth. Yeah, it's all good. Gonna need some more defences up here. There's a bunch of T1 units. Got a few T2 PD, a few sniper bots loitering around, and a couple of T2 artillery, but got to be something else on the cards. Monkey is about to go complete, but so is the chicken. So, monkey done. chicken done. All looking very even Stevens though, I'm gonna have to say. I say that, but the eco difference, 200 extra income for a Team 2, and they are well ahead there. So it's kind of a losing battle. Team 1 need to do something, and Boxer built an experimental. Where was that being built? I didn't even see it. No, wait, it's not. It got transferred over. Sorry. That still throws me. He got a new experimental, yes, because it was gifted to him. That's alright, that works. Fat boy, say goodbye to all of this. Gonna be nothing left. T3 Artie is gone. Yeah, shields are gone. Everything dies. Oh, so close to death. Shield goes up, shield survives. Not for long. Okay, where is that chicken? There it is. Is it pushing up the left-hand side? Or is it going to come over here and shoot over the gap? That'd be rude. That'd be quite rude, actually. And not a bad plan. Help stop things getting too close to it, can do some damage to that lot. Air is a go. What are they going for? I don't know, maybe they followed a scout in, but either way they haven't. Yeah, don't chase that back, and we see that Fergus has gotten into the air game as well. He's tilted up enough here, he feels he's good. And we have a monkey, so they have Omni, they can see that. Looks like they do. There's the Omni from Fergus, and what's the range on that? Oh, the range is good. See all the way around here, so that monkey's not going to be able to sneak up on anybody. Well, it's a lot of Corsairs though, and we're going to say goodbye to the Fat Boy. I think we are so close. Shield's gone, health drained, but survives and can run away. Not bad. Blue finishes his own experimental. Was that a drop? I think that might have been a drop that I absolutely missed. A couple of bricks get round into the back. They're going to cause a whole lot of damage. Of course, the commander is around, he can go kill them. Did they kill anything critical? Well, they killed off T3 power. So yeah, I'd say that was something critical. But yep. Chicken had a great time killing everything over there. Nothing much left, knocked off a couple of those, knocked off some shields, and I don't think there's enough here to stop it. But there is a monkey that might be able to help stop it off there. Fat Boy is going to park himself under shields, not a bad plan, although it is parked within range of T2 artillery. The bane of Fat Boys, T2 Artie. Get a bunch of those up and you are going to have a good time killing that. Alright, your Thota hasn't stopped. It doesn't care what it's walking into, it is going to kill. Unfortunately, one of the things it's walking into is a monkey. Some of the other things it's walking into are bricks. And monkey has been seen, bricks have been seen, decides to walk away. I think that is a poor decision. It's now getting shot in the back for no gain whatsoever. Bad timing on that turn. Oh dear. Oh dear. Like, that turn could not have been timed worse. At all. Like a few seconds earlier, would have been out of range. Could have stood there and kept his ground, killed as much as it could, done a lot of damage, then killed more with the lightning storm. Unfortunate timing. Unfortunate timing. Down here, monkey is pushing on up, and Fat Boy has died. We mentioned it was within range of the T2 Artie fire, and within range it was. Now what have they got to stop this? Well, we have a SMD. So somebody's worried about a nuke launcher. I don't see one. It would be GC being built down there for Boxer, so he's managed to hold off and is now actually pushing back. Yeah, Starlifter. This one that has been bouncing back and forth trying to drop the NG somewhere. Oh dear, it's been sitting there for so long. Right, up on this side we have plenty of Harbingers in defense, a bunch of T1 units, shields are holding some point defense. This little push is going to have a terrible time trying to go any further, and the monkey has run away because it's so dead. Might as well control K that and reclaim the mass out of it. It's been a hell of a game actually. Down the bottom side though, there are now problems. Monkey with nothing to contest against it. Bit of a base here, which is going to have a bad time. There's a couple of those in there. Rambo comms. Not a bad call. But going to need to get a bunch of those up really quickly, and yeah, Desert is going to need some help real fast. Air isn't an awful call. Is that because of these? I think they have been spotted. Blue. Yeah, transports are dead. Nice little drop idea, but all gone, and now Alfie needs to book it before these guys get close, and he loses air again. A good pick. Manages to get away safely. Well done. So top side is looking solid. It is held. There is T2RD, there's plenty of units, there's a reclaim to be had. We have support commanders out from Ryfin, so he is boosting up, and that is another fat boy. But hey, why not? That's... no, it's not tax, it's just T2RD. Right, down here the problems start though. Monkey is inbound, and we're getting reclaim on the Ethota wreck. Oh dear, this is not looking great for Desert. Oh, there's quite a bit of PD, and there are a bunch of units actually. I'll take that back. The Monkey has had to turn around and cannot stand up to that, actually. Sniper boss support as well from Fergus. Will the Monkey go down? The Monkey goes down. So some good solid reinforcement there from Fergus. Sniper boss getting the job done. Now there's just some PD under shields and enough of a T1 swarm from Ryfin to just help slow these guys down and give enough distance for that to work. T3RD in the mix down here, bombing away, seeing what they can see, which is basically everything, and they're going to go boom. Fergus is finally evacuating his comm, doesn't want to sit on the front anymore. Do we have any other SMD? Was it just Ryfin? You know something we don't. Omni is dedicated to the air game. He has lots of ASFs, and I mean lots. Going great down here, so this push did get blunted. The Monkey has died, but now there's T3RD raining doom down upon the shield, and no, keep your snipers out of it. They will die horrible deaths should that shield drop, which it's about to, and then the T3RD is going to be free to do its thing. They want to try to secure that wreck though, they cannot afford to lose it. There's some T2 bombs on those, and they will die really easily. They're not very tough. As Restorers. Interesting choice. Up here we see T2RD is having to go at Engineers. Engineers getting a bad time. Down here though, yep, the T3RD has done its thing. The Corsies have come in and tried to do their thing as well. But now we have a Rambo comm. Let's see how this guy goes. Hi, my name is T3SACU, which can overcharge. Where's it going? Boom. Overcharging support commander. Incredibly tough. Can do a good amount of damage. Takes a while to get through the shields, although it is facing off against a whole host of bricks. It's not going to last too much longer at that rate. It really needs to get some more overcharges off. Nope, not enough. Now we're going to see the end of that guy, but he needs to do something because these are a massive problem. I still say T2 air would be the right choice. Got some more siege tanks coming in to support. Overcharge. Still stuck within range. Oh, he's had to fall back horribly. The siege tanks get obliterated by all those forces. So looking strong on the south from blue. He's got some pushes going in there. Desert's looking a wee bit weak. Managed to keep a hold of the Rambo SACU, and he's building another chicken. Have another monkey in the works, or do we have a crab perhaps? No, we have had Eco. Fergus finishes an experimental. I think I saw him building a GC. There it is. So experimental support coming down to the bottom. They think they've got enough here to hold and just keep things alive for the time being. GC, Fatboy both coming down this way. Add to that the chicken going through, and I think Blue's about to have a bad time. That would be absolutely brutal should those get through. I still say throw out a couple of Nothers. 2, 3 Nothers, 1, 2, 3 bombs, and they're all dead. Anything. even some Corsairs. Maybe not Mercies. But yeah, some T2 air would clean those up right good. Well worth the investment. GC is on the way. Different, same combat. That's a lot of regen on that guy. That went up pretty damn quick. And he's back to kill off these guys, but they've already claimed the wreck virtually entirely. There's fuck all left to get. Now, a siege tank is going to have a grand old time with these guys if they don't move. There we go. Hi there. I'm an Otham. I'm going to kill you guys off one by one if I keep moving. If I stand still, I'm not going to do it. And bricks. Oh lordy, there's a lot of bricks actually. 44 bricks. Okay, you might not have an experimental, but that is a shit ton of bricks. They can do a lot of damage real quick. Really quick. Right, back here, what are they pinging? The chicken. Of course, there's chicken down. And a wasp, because why not? You know, they know it's there. It's going to be scouted. And what's the rifle building? Well, he's... Well, no, he's seen the fat boy down there. There it is. What is he building now is the question. Or power? Or mass fab. So he's just ecoing absolutely hard. It's a lot of mass fabs. He's got himself into the air game as well. Question is, what is his next experimental going to be? Plenty of aero. Now, look, he wants to claim all this for himself, all this for his mass fabs. Burgers builds another experimental, so second GC done there. Right, we're looking for a game ender. We're going to need a game ender to clear this stuff off. Power, an eye for scouting. We have a monkey for defense. Nothing else going on. We have a crab going up from Omni. Nothing doing over there. Nothing being built on this way. Fat boy is going to get Corsaired again. Corsairs are going to drop off. Want to try and get under these shields for a bit of defense, which it does. And my word, the fat boy survives. That's a reasonable engage. There's a hell of an airfight going on. LV is assisted by Omni and Ryphon, so Omni is solo in the air against 3 players now. He's going to have an incredibly bad time. Fatboy survives. Chicken survives. 2 GCs are coming in. What have you got in your base, Blue? Well, you've got a, that looks like tele defense. Don't have SMD, don't have a nuke. You've got a crab that's being built. Still have that shit ton of bricks. Stop walking. We don't want to stop walking. You walk into this, you're a dead man. Pops from range to lob off a ball of doom. Ball of doom it is. 3 bricks in one go. Just stand still. Wants to kill these off. The bricks are on the move. Time to fall back. There we go. Has spotted the brick movement. Another ball of doom on the way. Doesn't quite kill them, but does a massive amount of damage. Fatboy is up on the ridge, is having a go at this because that is an HQ and well worth killing. There's another HQ down there, so it won't be a huge problem, but still, there'll be enough of a problem. Coming slowly for Omni, but really, see, and a monkey up there. They could almost push in actually. 2 Percivals in residence to slow them down, but I don't know if there's. There we go. More sniper bots. Yep. And, yep, this is not looking great. Closer, 2 GCs. Oh, yeah. Not surprised, Fatboy died. It is the easiest one to kill, does a lot of damage, and is well worth stopping. Ythota, get your move on. Don't leave the GCs alone. Move. There you go. Let's just see. 50 bricks versus 3 experimentals. 50? 3 experimentals, 50 bricks. How's it going? Well, the Ythota is getting an absolute bashing. However, it can do the AoE with its faceball. Faceball out. And... oh dear. It appears that the experimentals are going to win out. Ythota might die. He's getting primary down because that is the right one to kill. It dies as a death ball, damages everything around it, but it's not quite going to happen. 11,000 health, 10,000. Still has a brick shooting at it, but that gets popped off. No drama. And the crab has turned up. Gonna knock down the Ythota for sure, but Minimize has just used the Novax. Down goes the Ythota. Now there's GCs versus crab and 2 GCs versus 1 crab. I think we're going to see basically what happens there. Will they get caught by this behind them though? If that comes in range, can do extra damage. Crab is down into the aloe, health dropping off rapidly. Tried to kill this GC. Shield spamming up behind it. Monkey has been spammed up as well. That was very quick. Very quick Monkey, and an air fight overhead. Just trying to keep the skies clear for these experimentals. Quick focus down onto the Monkey. It's going to die horrible death, but 1 GC down. Second GC I don't think is going to last much longer. Should get the Monkey, but maybe not. And Restorers in from Fergus. They're going to assist that poor GC. Way it goes. Shield's going to go down. Crab is now the focus of attention. There's no Sams in the base here. And that GC survives. Not enough. It goes down. The Crab soon to follow. And where's all the air? Well, all the air has been killed. And there's the satellite from Ryphon. And the Awassa. So just to rub salt into the wound. There it goes. Drop a bomb. Destroy everything. Restorers are now going for Blue's commander because why not? Sam's... Oh, Flak's being spammed up actually. It's actually not doing a bad job. Enough Flak has been thrown up that they're getting knocked out. So I say enough Flak, look at it all. Massive amounts. Another bomb lobbed in. Kaboom and a half. No word. It's 2 satellites. So now we see Ryphon's plan. He's just turtled up. He's built all the eco and he's just spamming up Novaxes. Anything that can help? Well, there was a T3 already started, but if that gets spotted, it's going to go down. Blue has problems of the Awassa type. Still sitting in this little field of... That's a bad place to stop. Bomb goes away. Bomb goes on everything. That's another crab, though it can't do much against this. 120 kills for that guy, 3 ranks in veterancy. Joseph, it is disgusting. It was great, some great battles, but they left Ryphon alone too long and he's done this. Filthy. Absolutely filthy. Oh dear. Shields are broken. We're going to see power go next. Satellites are cycling. Another bomb away is going to drop into here. More eco destroyed. Oh, they spotted it. Shields down and pop goes to P-Gen. Surely not too far. I think this is pretty much the end of Team 1 here. 3 satellites over here now. The Awassa still floating around. Bombs going away. It's got itself 100. Let's just wait for that to tick over. Kaboom! 235 kills. That's all. Absolutely mental. And a donut. So yeah. Blue starting up some stealth, but it doesn't really matter. There's another bomb out this way, kills a bunch more engineers and all the AA. 64 kills. Satellites don't have many kills between them. In fact, there's a 4th. Oh my god. How many of these Z-planes spam up? Well, there's a 5th one going up, and it's going up goddamn quick. Boss is still playing. Wait. Oh. Crab does have Ventaia. terribly weak anti-air, but anti-air nonetheless. You're going to drop another bomb. You're just going to sit there and T1 interceptors. Oh, bombs ahoy. Here's the donut. Yep, well, I'll tell you what, you ain't going to be tele-snipe blue. You can relax on that. No tele-snipe coming your way. There is a chicken. Sorry, chicken, there's a donut. You can troll K's out. Oh no, the meme. The meme play. T1 bombers. Not going to get a lot done though. There's quite a bit of anti-air in the way. Flak which could move over and just destroy them by huge amounts. A little bit of extra damage on the shields, I guess, trying to pop the Pigeon over there as soon as that goes. Have a bad time, and yeah. As was Omni Katrog hanging out, he's had enough. Whilst it's still around, Donut's still around. Absolutely nothing left. Where is Boxer's com? Well, he is there. Donut overhead. Stops. Come on. Control K. Control K onto him. Do it. Do it. Ah. In comes the Awasa wreck. So it didn't Control K the Donut. That would have been hilarious. But instead Control K the Awasa into him. There we have it, folks. Bonus replay for you, live game. I had no idea what was going to happen. No idea how it was going to go. But, almost. We almost made it through down here. Had a lot coming through. A whole lot of nearly but not quite moments. Unfortunately, all those nearly but not quites went in favour of Team 2. To be honest, the Awasa is not that hard to micro, especially when you have no air pressure. Like, he could just focus on it. Just gotta pay attention to when the bar is built up, when it's ready to bomb again, and yeah, not too awful. But there we go, folks. Jesus. Bomb and wreck? Nah, it's easy. Do that all the time. All you got to do is ground fire, and very shortly after the bomb drops, Control K. Nah, I don't know if you knew, Joseph, but you can actually bind an instant Control K. You don't have to do the 5-second wait. So if you have the instant Control K available, you just moments after the bomb drops, Control K, and they'll land on the same spot. It's easy. Okay, fair enough. Just all good though. I wanted to play a game, but I don't think I'm going to get to. I have now been streaming for over 3.5 hours actually, so I had a good one, but I think we're going to wrap it up. Don't really feel like I've got time for a long game. This one here was 45 minutes in the making. Good bit of fun. But yep, that is going to be me for tonight, fellows. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being here. Your time is some of the most valuable stuff you can give, and you chose to sit here and watch me, even if I was just background noise. That's fine as well. That is no problems whatsoever. So, take it easy, folks. Thank you for being here. Have yourselves a good morning, day, night, whatever time zone you might be sitting in, and I shall see you next time around. Take care. Farewell.